Maria hoiki pe mo le ai Tonga toa. Tau ko fata mai me wal fitu pointi ma be be ke live stream BroadCom FM broadcasting me ko lo Heilala me wa ko nai no ka lofa. Ula aho eni o fe au ko ia ai ka pe fine hoi hoi fua. E kamata ka interview ko ia e pong eni ko te ta be fia ki mo tau i Tonga ni be mo tau ko ia ko me mai me morina. Kamata tola be ko Heilala ta me ni ko tene ka ko fini ko na ka mai I he pong ni ke fia ko ni to fu maua ko ula konga ia ko o fia ko ia o e weekend e mis Heilala ko ia wano wa fa ai ko e ko ta ke ha ni ko la be lo la o e to da ke ni kula mai ko me he de jo Pasifika de jo Motorisen Pasifika me Brisbane ki Tonga ni ko udah mai wa lang e bong ini ya ko tare kita porque ya o ka do nga Heilala ko Federica Lube ko ta be la ba Twitter kama da ko ya programa ko kama da ga lo tu ko le ta tari ko to kon presene no wa ya ka ta ha tak mama da ko ya Tonga Elizabeth Cowley Sullivan e po pe lo ki le va ai mi sei la loro Tonga si di da Vainoko va pe lo ma le va se ko ka fa ma o be ke ka fa ma o e o mo atita pe ka ma da le va ai ho ko ia ai o ka ki fa ia no fa nga ko tu ka e u be me he po ka ta ke ta no ma lo to fita mi tourism going to coming up with climate change. Very lucky here. Tabaita, Tampelina Havea, Miss Ewa Tourism, coming up with Talabon Ponoa, Patalonga with Aurea Ponoa. Gabriela Maria Augustina Mainangi, Miss Lady Maria Tonga, Australia, coming up with Yako. Waimona Akesa Lois Holeva Malpo, Miss Free Dance Academy, Technology on my for O. Made him more and not coffee. Fina, Mr. Bryce, New Zealand. Ko whakaivia o e tautoko. E a hoko atu leiva ki a Wrestling Kelly. Lanai mo kutu ai ka mi Tonga Hawaii ko le kawenga ko e toka teu ko e kia whatamaki. Disaster preparedness. Sopron Cosmios, una noto che merino lato, mismo ma Heilala, Kavenga, no plastic. Susi Elizabeth, Brigida Gabriel Tonga, Miss Tonga China Friendship Association, where Kavenga, where the Tawa Tangata Mofevine, Gender Equality, Vive la Tai Holeva Fina, Miss Hapai Masani, Kavenga, Ganapora Laqua Economica, the Moilanga, Goya, Business Iloa. Oaxaca Rachel Angelica Monica Capu Goodabale, Miss HET in Moa Catering, the Kavinga, Moulere Adamai, Mental Health. Stella Tiana Brapuna, Miss Clapol Kakala SLC Kavinga, family. Rafika Tahawaka, Cosita, Falani, Overgill, Good and Bale, Mr. Precious Tonga, when the Kavinga, Goetak Mamata. E lo che quando è mia casa di Nafaho cui è ora che venima coia la tuki moa malo alla morning praise natte e pure le oia ai da mamata a Tonga e da fare va a lo tuko va a lo fai con ni almari yang e dona ko si wa ta de fie do Tonga ko to ke ta ka fata mo wa fi do pon di ma be poki ki he ka fe au ke o a honi ke to da ma ho ke ka fula mai Tonga to da mai ha fe ta hawa ai timi net kolo paponoa tonga ko haulo tonga he pasuki ai tala hape ta wang na jo ta mai ai ko taha pok mai ai I kare tahi ya te lau kau mai ke nai me ko to ko ia o ke Heilala I ke ka te mau kau ka tanga to be I aho tai me hon fulu pe mo program ko ia he o no o hoko ai ko ia ta ta Hawaii ko lo se ki amalo ko da programa ko angfa asugani konferensi ka kanto ko esa si na e u e pe mo e pe taki ka dai meni ko tadari ki ko lo Heilala ko ta ke ko ahoni o la bi lo ala
take me away from you, but never you away from me. 'Cause in my heart I have locked you inside to keep you as a part of me. Let me go to where my heart belongs on every 4th of July. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. Memories of you are always in my mind, no matter where I'll be. Counting days and nights all the time, how soon I'll be with you. A place where my heart belongs on every 4th of July. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. To the islands to have some fun, meet girls, dance, swim under the sun. The island is a place where I want to be. Watching the sunset over the deep blue sea. No worries, drinking paradise, flying on the same. Feeling so nice, everyone in the line, I'm all in love with you. Going back to the island is all I want to do. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. I'm going to the islands, going to the islands every 4th of July. The cafe kala kalusere para uai malanga I hosta ei na teu tali ano vai que vai no anda vai no na tombe pe algo pe que vai da every 4th of July. The cafe kala kalusere para uai malanga I'd like to welcome our guest of honor. He's the song on my next album is called Matangi Tonga. So just go with us.
Tau tonga ka whataha mo e waruputu poini ma, ka mai lamsu me BroadCom me ven.
Mo patasi mai ka sete na paho be mo ngahi. Ipa maari e kuia o e pongpongini.
Whatau ke ila velo ora.
Tap mo e o tua mafi o kuia tau loto ngā. Ko e o tua taimi mo i tāniti. Tap mo e na awhiwhio hai tui pe mo i kuini o to tonga pe mo haa mohi o fo. Tapu mo e whakawhe whakalangilangi o e ahoni. Ta hine Federica Lupe o Luiva Fatawhehi o la paha tuita. Ma lo ta hine ho mea mai ko ka hua kakala ke polokalama o e pongpongini. Whakatapu pe moha mata pule moha tauhi whanua. Whakatapu mo kau whaiwhekau moha taki lotu. Whakatapu mo kau whine mui e hongofulu maua o ku nau vei pā ki e kalauni o Miss Heilala wafe maua wha wafe maua nima. Whakatapu ki komiti kuia ai Miss Heilala, pe mo komiti kuia taki mata a Tonga, pe mo ki mautolo kotoa pe, whamiri, kainga, maheni, makau whalau ewa, o ku mo lava mai, pe o tau lo nuku whoke ho wani. Kai talangata ia te ao o whai ki tua mamao, kai ata pe mo oku lava ilo aula, ke whakahoko e whatongia ko MC o e polokalama kuia o e pongpongini. Ma aloho mo mea mai, ma aloho mo lava mai, pe malo e tau whiohi, mo tau kau whakataha i he fufu polokalama kuia ai Miss Heilala ki e tauni wafe maua wha. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to firstly forward acknowledgement to Almighty God and His presence here today. I'd like to acknowledge our royal family, their majesties, King and Queen of the Kingdom of Tonga. I'd especially like to acknowledge our guest of honor today, Honourable Frederica Lupi'uluiva Matwhatawhehi o la Paha Tuita. And I'd also like to acknowledge all of our 12 contestants who are vying for the title of Miss Heilala 2024-2025, and also to the committee for our tourism here in Tonga and the Miss Heilala committee. Thank you all for coming today. Why don't we put our hands together for all our contestants, our 12 contestants vying for the title of Miss Heilala. But without any further ado, we're going to open our program in a word of prayer. E whangamari koe ni ko fie whakawhei a Sister Bernadette me Siasi Katolika Loma ke si kātaki pē o lava mai ki mua ke kamata e tau polokalama I halotu. I'd like to call upon Sister Bernadette from the Catholic Church if she would kindly make her way to the front and commence today's proceedings in a word of prayer. Thank you.
Ke tau loto, e he wawhai tamai, moe alo, moe laumali e maoni oni. Ameni. Ka iai, hatoko oa, pe toko tolu, te nau whakatahataha mai iho kuawha, te o awhio iho nau lotolotonga, ke tau lotu. A bā tamai, ko mau tamai, whai manawa o whai a Fiona. O ko maulea a bā tamai, he ko tamai koe o whonui he ofa. Ofa o ko tai whiwhi manako mo tai whangatangata. Paka ofa ko ia o ke whakatataha i mai ai ki mau tolu, i he pongpongi whakakoloa koe ni. O ko mau hanga atu tamai ke mau tuku ai whakawhitai mo e kololia ki he a Fiona. Ko hia koe mānawa e mo ui, ka koe tumutumu ia ho ofa kia te mau tolu haa tangata. O malawa ai ke mau kau whakataha i he pongpongi whakakoloa koe ni. O ku amanaki ke mau hanga hake ki he a Fiona. Ka koe ki mau tolu koe kau vai vai pe, me kau hinga ngofua. Mau he hema ngofua ki mau vai vai whakai tangata o mau mamao ai me he a Fiona. Ka ku mau hanga atu, mo mau iloi whakapapau koe o tua ofa koe. Te kake hake ho mau lau maari e ke a Fiona ke whae koe hana tataki. Mau whawhitai e pongpong koe ni, ko lau maari lele e whakawhalanglangi. O si kau whine moi, ko vei pae nau mo ui, ke nau hoko ko kau whakafofonga, he Miss Heilala o e tau wanoa wawha. Tamai o ku mau momoi hake ki nau tolu ki he a Fiona, ke whai e koe hono tataki, o i kai koe whenga ki hei kuna, ka ke teke ai pēa langi ai a Fiona i he tale niti o ku nau whakahoko. Mau momoi ato ai komiti, pia moki mau tolu hono kotoa, ai polokalama ku amanaki ke kamata he pongpong koe ni, ke kaupe mua moki mau tolu. Ai, tuku mai mua lau maali o e fiefia, lau maali o e melino, ke nofo ia ia teki mau tolu. A fia mai tamai pia tuku mai ha mau tāpuaki. Mau kol katoa ngai mea ni wafa ho aloko Jesu Kristo, ka koho mau whakamo ui. Ameni. I e wafa e tamai, mo e alo, mo e lau maali e maoni oni. Ameni.
Malopito Sister Bernadette, pe moe lotu koia ke kamata i whoki kangata pe i he proklamo pongpongini ka koe tau whia auhi whiri Miss Heilala koia ki he tau ni wawhe mā wawha. Whangamari koe ni ko whia whakawhi i mai a Elizabeth Cowley-Sullivan ke whakahoko e tau lea tari he pongpongini. Our welcoming remarks this morning will be delivered by Elizabeth Cowley-Sullivan, who is the Vice President of Tonga Tourist Association, Executive Director of Waterfront Lodge and Restaurant, and Davina House Business Commonwealth Woman Entrepreneur of 2015. Why don't you put your hands together as Liz comes to the mic? Thank you.
Thank you very much for those wonderful remarks. And as all the formalities have been said before me, please allow me to welcome you all. The theme this year is Tonga, My Pride. I need to put my glasses on, girls. It is a great pleasure to see you all here today, to mark the beginning of the 2024 Miss Heilala, but to celebrate the beauty and the grace of contestants, and the strength, intelligence, and the spirit that they embody. This event is a tribute to power and potential of the Tongan woman. The pageant this year holds special significance as it coincides with His Majesty's 65th birthday, a historic event for Tonga and its people. What a great honour it is that you are all here today as Miss Heilala contestants, to be part of this historic milestone. To our contestants, your presence is a testament to women empowerment. Your presence, you present the future of Tonga, showcasing the talents, dreams, and aspiration of Tongan women and young girls. Each of you should stand proud and tall as the beacon of inspiration. Demonstrating true beauty lies in strength, resilience, character, and culture. As we celebrate, we must also address the challenges posed by the digital age that we now live in. Social media can be a source of connection, but it can also be a platform for negativity. I encourage you to rise above the negativity and to stand strong in your worth, because it is very easy to get behind profile pictures and pick apart at someone online, but it takes a lot of courage and demonstration to stand in front of your country and compete to represent and showcase your home to the world. The role of Ms. Heilala is not only to wear a crown, but advocate for important issues such as climate change and environmental conservation. Our island, our home, and its importance, that we should protect our natural resources. The Crown Ms. Heilala will be a voice of sustainability, champion efforts to preserve our environment, our culture, for the future generation. Becoming Ms. Heilala is also about serving the people, being the people's ambassador, encouraging being present in communities, visiting schools, hospitals, local markets. And the other day I saw one of the Miss Heilala contestants walking through the markets, because I do my shopping every day there, and it was lovely to see them go through to see what was happening in and around Tonga. Through actions, she will gain a deeper understanding about everyday lives of Tongans and work to bring out positive change. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors, parents, guardians, people who have helped you on the way, the Ministry of Tourism, the TTA, the news broadcasting, and everyone that has worked hard to put this program together. Your efforts, sacrifice, and dedications are what makes the events possible and contribute to the success of Miss Heilala Pageant. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here. It takes courage to be here, to stand tall, to walk, to take the criticism. You are, and you have been chosen to be Miss Heilala contestants. To the former Miss Heilala, well done. Thank you for carrying that crown and being a great ambassador for Tonga. And I leave this with you. Women, we are women. Be proud, be strong, but also remember your culture and the values, and always be humble. Malo obito to ofatu.
Thank you very much, Liz, for those inspirational words there. And like what Liz said, I just want to echo those comments in terms of it does require courage and boldness to stand and to be vulnerable in front of the public in order to contest in the Heilala pageant. So to our 12 contestants today, all the best. I know we're going to have a lot of fun along the way, but at the same time, it's also an opportunity here to showcase the best of who you are and to be the best to yourself. We're going to ask our lovely Kaseta Nauwhaho to play a few songs while we await the rest of our judges to arrive. Ko le ato ki a Kaseta Nauwhaho ki tātā mai whai whase ua petolu ka lotonga koia mau taritari ato ki ka kato a kau whakamau koia oi pongpongini ki mua ia pe tau toki hoko ato. Malo.
It's hard to think of a song right now.
Taha, ua, tolu, Fa.
We take it to Vavau right now.
Ono, Vitu, Valu, Hiva. Levasi katahake o era. He matanga ongo ne talandoa. Utu kalunga lupea mo whangai o lava tori mo whiai hao mamana. O ka maili whakahahake whala I matangi marie. One we I he wha he vai o whawhine mausa he kakala whakatauele. Peko hai e lava ke riki ai taulanga hua kale fusi Ola ua e sola kohi e kuloi e ikai hano e pie foki kata hifo I loto sailoane liu loto o kamalu e fiafi Bea ne hange Ahua whela poa ki Vetui aki ahano whanong masani E uoi ka mahina o O malamahe ana to iloto Moe ana ukuna e Purika uo ilo Anga e tau kei e loto Peko hai e lava ke riki Ai taulanga ua kale fusi Pola ua e sola kovi e kuloi He ikai hato e pie foki Peko hai e lava ke riki Ai kaulanga hua tale fusi Pola ua e sola kovi e kuloi He ikai hato e pie foki
Thank you for inviting me, Miss Heilala, to talk today. So, bear with me, it's early in the morning, so.
Kolo Heilala.
You're not
Kolo he ka nemi.
Moe makamaile Ua whanongo ki he wake Oe hikule o oe laione E ne tatangi he hala salote Hala pua hala o vave Veiongo ka Popola taane tuunga o E kutalave Si itu u ai fu Heilala Ko fua tatau Hono hingoa Ia he fo
fetu koe tuli kaweina talange kihe kolokakala moa fine tori iku tuli fuka etuia hasisi ungani unga pea omiki he matangi tonga maama te unga kinuku alofa o kao so ae kaulanga
Put our hands together for Kasete Ngā Waho this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, loro tonga koe tau tāretari atu ki he kau whakamau, ke kakatoia, te opuke ki whangamari koe ni, ke whakamalo atu ke kau sponsor, pe mga he businessi, mga kau taha, o kuna o popo mai, ke lava hono whakahoko atu, koe e polokalamo e whiauhi Miss Heilala, o e tauni wā whi maua wha. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity whilst we are awaiting for the rest of our judging panel to arrive. I'd like to take this opportunity to just announce and do a big thank you to all of our sponsors and corporate sponsors and businesses who are ensuring that our Heilala Pageant 2024 goes ahead and is a huge success. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge some of our supreme Heilala sponsors this year: Fiji Airways, the national carrier of Fiji, and the National Reserve Bank of Tonga. Also like to acknowledge the Heilala elite sponsors of this year, the MBF Bank, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, the Office of the New Zealand High Commissioner to the Kingdom of Tonga, Te Hoko Oko Arts, Digicel Tonga, Tonga Power Limited, Comfort Zone Party Rentals. Our platinum sponsors for Heilala this year is the National Reserve Bank of the Kingdom of Tonga, BSB Bank, Lion Liquor, Spare Parts Zone, and Little Italy Hotel and Restaurant. And our Heilala Gold sponsors of this year is Vaimoana Media, and not forgetting our Heilala Silver sponsors this year, Vilfish Bar and Restaurant, Nishi Trading, Waterfront Restaurant, Likualofa Resort, and also Ports Authority of Tonga. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for all our sponsors who are supporting Heilala this year? Nei a pongpongi a ka sete nau whaho pongpongi ni teke hopo la ao si tuu e ta wha ki he ki po ti ke tātā u whasi mata o tolu i e pongpongi ni pe kotoi kore ange pe ki ai ka toi huma ngai whasi ka a tā piki whangamārie ki he tau kau whakamau ke nau kakato mai he pongpongi ni. Honourable Frederica and Honourable Fahina, apologies for our delay in the program, but I'm sure our judging panel will be here very, very soon. Thank you very much. Tuko te whangamārie koe ni ki a ka sete nau whahu.
Yeah, take you to my atop that country to a little song called Detroit. So to change the beat and the mood a little bit. Thank you very much, Tita, for inviting me today. Dedicate this to all those beautiful women over there in the Pageant. You're a fighter, you're a lover, you're strong and you recover from whatever gets you down. And those many, many reasons, any time, any season, it's the right time to be with you. Hello, Detroit, you want my heart. You're innocent and waterfronts give you a flair of your own. Irresistible you, hug and kissable you. You're alive with so much feeling, and I will always be there for you. And I will say a little prayer for you. I will always care for you. Hello, hello, Detroit. You touch my soul. Thanks for the memories I cherish. Winter, spring, summer, and fall, you got it all. Hello, 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 Detroit. On a stroll through Pale Ale Park, Creek Town at the dark, you instill the young who will to become stars and champions. Hello, my friend, how have you been? It's in the air, it's everywhere, the magical touch of you. Irresistible you, hug and kissable you. You're alive with so much feeling, and I will always be there for you. I will say a little prayer for you, and I will always around the skies, the whole world singing. Always be there for you. I will say a little prayer for you. I will always care for you. Hello, hello, Detroit. Thank you. Thank you.
Kita cari buku kan, mai kau pun mungkin di pokok ini ki kalau Heilala, ia fungkom na, kasih dapat buku mai kau ia, ada ngai pas mari kau ni dapat bahaya, kasih sebab kalau Tonga i Amerika kau ni apa eno, betul tu kan bemoe, buku Heilala i Tonga ni, tu beda dari film, dari mafana me, baru pun ni makan mai live stream.
Alopito hui ki mokai, tau hoko ato le vaini ki ono introduce koia kau whakamao koia o hoa tāni. Ladies and gentlemen, can we ready to put our hands together for our judging panel today? I'd like to firstly welcome Christina Kaitapu, who is a former Miss Heilala and Miss Tonga from the year 2000. Put your hands together for Christina Kaitapu. Our second judge this morning is Miss Betty Blake from Ma'awhawhine Moi Family. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Betty Blake. And I'll also ask you to kindly put your hands together for our two auditors who are sitting directly behind our judges this morning. Thank you, auditors, for being here this morning and ensuring that our program runs according to the rules and regulations of the Miss Heilala pageant of the year. So, ladies, we're now going to move on to, I'd just like to start by introducing our current reigning Miss Tonga and Miss Heilala. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could be asked for Miss Setita Vainuku to be upstanding, keep your applause going. Miss Setita Vainuku is a Liahana High School graduate, served a mission for 3.5 years in Brazil and New Zealand mission, worked for Tonga Nuku'alofa Temple Administration, now working for Tonga Tourism Authority since August 2023 until now, and currently taking tourism and business management online with Brigham Young University in Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our current reigning Miss Heilala, Miss Setita Vainuku. We'll now be introducing our contestants one by one. They'll be coming up and they will be doing their presentation, followed by any questions that the judges may have for them. Noting that earlier in the week that they have selected randomly their topics out of a barrel, and they'll have their topics that they'll be presenting on this morning. So contestant number one this morning, who will be the first to present, and this is in no particular order, this is a random order that's been selected. I'd like to introduce to you Talanoa Moheloto Fefita, Miss Tourism, who will be speaking to us on the topic of climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Miss Tourism to the podium this morning.
Whakatapu ko osi hono au whaki. Ka tā moau, ki o whakahoko ato ai whakahohaani, whekau aki pia mai climate change. O kua ukole, ke ngawe aki pe, ai whakatau lea, koe uhi ko tau ka inga muli o tau kau whakataha i he pongpongi. Māloe lele. Today, I want to talk about climate change, how it impacts Tonga, and the importance of building resilience to adapt to these changes, both as global citizens and as people of faith. Climate change refers to the long-term changes in weather patterns and temperature. These changes are mainly caused by human activities, such as burning of fossil fuel, cutting down of trees, and industrial processes. These actions, they increase greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, which trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. As we think about these changes, Genesis chapter 1, verse 31 reminds us that God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. The scripture tells us that we need to cherish and protect the earth which God has entrusted to us. Tonga, our beloved nation, is very vulnerable to climate change. We face rising sea levels, severe storms, and frequent natural disasters. The recent Hunga volcanic eruption and tsunami show just how severe and unpredictable this crisis can be. Climate change affects our people deeply. The constant threats of natural disasters cause significant stress and trauma, leading to anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8 to 9, encourage us to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute, speak up and judge fairly, defend the rights of the poor and those who are less fortunate. The scripture emphasizes our duty to protect the vulnerable, including those affected by climate change. Our children are particularly vulnerable. The stress and trauma from natural disasters can affect their learning and behavior, making it hard for them to concentrate, control their emotions, and interact with others. Protecting their mental health is crucial for a strong future generation. Women face specific challenges from climate change, bearing caregiving burdens and facing higher risk of displacement, economic instability, and gender-based violence. Yet, they are crucial in fostering resilience. When women participate in climate decision-making, better community-wide solutions emerge. Empowering women in climate action promotes gender equality and enhances overall resilience. Today, along other Pacific islands, we emit minimal greenhouse gases globally, but faces severe impacts of climate change. This injustice underscores a profound issue. Those least responsible for climate change suffer its worst effects. It's not just about the environment. It is a matter of human rights. But we can do something about it. As an athlete that has represented Tonga in basketball, I understand the importance of being resilient in preparation during and post-international competition. Through my involvement in the Tonga basketball program, I have a deeper understanding of the impacts of climate change. Building resilience means getting ready for changes, which is why I am advocating for the following. Community preparedness is key. Educating and involving everyone in preparedness activities can significantly enhance our ability to withstand and recover from climate impacts. Mental health support is crucial. Providing resources and support helps individuals cope with the stress and trauma caused by natural disasters, fostering a healthier and more resilient community. Developing strong economic strategies can help reduce financial loss. By planning and implementing measures to protect our economy, we can maintain stability and growth despite the challenges posed by climate change. Amidst the challenges posed by climate change, we are inspired by examples of resilient and proactive actions right here in the Kingdom of Tonga. His Majesty King Tupou VI delivered Tonga's statement at the COP27 conference. He called for stronger cooperation, policy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and assistance for vulnerable nations to adapt to climate impact. Our beloved King's stance on climate change reflects both his concern for Tonga's future and his role as a leader in the Pacific region advocating for climate justice and sustainable development. Another inspiring example is the Tonga National Basketball Association, or Tonga Basketball, which recently became the first Pacific National Sport Federation to commit to the United Nations Sports for Climate Action initiative. This commitment shows their dedication to reducing their environmental impact and raising awareness about climate change through sports. When our land disappears, due to erosion and community is displaced, it is the people that remain, the remaining custodians of our identity, spirit, our values, and our traditions. I advocate for more funding from our donor partners to prepare the people of Tonga. Building resilience is not just about physical preparedness. It also includes fostering a spirit of community and support. While climate change poses significant challenges for Tonga, we have the power to build resilience and adapt. Through community preparedness, mental health support, and economic strategies, we can ensure a brighter and more sustainable future for our beautiful nation. This year's theme, My Kingdom, My Pride, protecting the earth, and in particular, Tonga and its people, is not just a duty we uphold as Christians, it is a fundamental obligation of humanity. It is our responsibility to safeguard all of God's creation, Goya Hoglaukauanga, and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. Leve levai malanga, kaptatawatu, maloa piti.
I'd like to afford the, thank you very much. I'd like to afford the judges an opportunity if they have any questions for our first contestant on the topic of climate change.
Thank you very much for the well-presented, presentation on the climate change. I hear you have covered a whole lot, but I just didn't quite hear you saying, what is the season of the year that we have to really prepare to combat climate change? What is the season of the year? I think, thank you very much.
So here in Tonga, because we are a tropical island, so it starts from January to, sorry, let me restart again. Since we're a tropical island, there are 2 seasons. I'm so sorry. It starts from July to February. In preparation for the season, the part of my speech is about on resilience. Building resilience for the people. And that is something that we face here in the Kingdom of Tonga. Climate change, and it affects us really bad. It affects our properties, it affects the people, and I'll prepare again.
Thank you very much for the answer, but I would just like to help. I think that the wet season is in November to April, and the wettest month of the year will be January, February, and March. Just for information, thank you very much.
Do we have any other questions from our judging panel before we move on to contestant number 2? No? Thank you very much. Thank you very much to contestant number 1. If you could kindly take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your applause going for contestant number 1 this afternoon. Talanoa Mohe Loto Fefita, Miss Tourism, on the topic of climate change. We'd now like to call upon contestant number 2. Contestant number 2 is Tapaita Toplenina Havea, Miss Ewa Tourism. Her topic today is culture and language preservation. Let's welcome Miss Ewa Tourism to the stand.
Tapu ke o tua mafi, ko ia ni whakalewelewa o university. Tapu ke hau toka e o tu motuanga ofa, king si au stupo wono. Whakatapu ke o tau kuin o whina o tonga, kuin na naspau. Whakatapu ke whetu hopo, ka koe ea hoko ki e taloni pili nistu poutoa. Pea moe whale o ha moe ofo. Whakatapu ke whaafe whalanglangi, Honorable Federica, Lupeu Luiva whatawhehi o la paha tuita. Whakatapu ke Eich Minister e pot ngawe tak mamata, Dr. William Milatu, moene pot ngawe. Pea kua ukole ke whakatapu ke ngahi ha kotoa pe o kutoton ke whakatapua. Kau lawe ke e kawenga, ko hono whakatolonga, pe pao tolo aki e kulea whakatonga mo e tawanga whawhonua. Ko halangilang ke whawhawhonga e atu, hoki i motu whawhoofa ko e wā e mautui. Io, o kutotonu ke tau puke puke mo whakatolonga e taulea whakatonga mo e tawanga whawhonua. Me he tau tangata ke tau tangata, ke wana amolia ni ongo e ngahi ta au e whakalakalaka. Uluaki, o ku mau inga whau e tawanga whawhonua mo e taulea whakatonga, he okune whakamahino ia i pe tala ko e tangata i whonua tonga, pe whiwhine i whonua tonga ki tau tolu. I e taime o asea i hataha i hakatoanga he o tumuli, o kune tui hata o wala, ko e whakailonga o e tonga. Ko ho tawanga whawhonua e tui ta o wala, pea ko e whakailonga ia e tau loto whakaapa-apa. O ku ke tui e tau wala ke whakailonga ko e tonga, o ku mo ui whakaapa-apa. O whakaapa-apa ke o tua, whakaapa-apa e tau tuku whakaholo, mo tau whonua. Whakaapa-apa e ni ke he, pea ku ke whakaapa-apa i whoki koe mohonge ia ko e tonga koe. O kua wilo i pau o kuhanga e tawanga whawhonua mo e tau lea, o whakamau luta i e nofo e family, society, pea mo tonga whoki. Ko e ki mo e uho o e tawanga whawhonua mo e tau lea, ko e tau wha i ka vei koula. Talu mei tuai, e hoko e wha i ka vei koula, ko e mea mau inga o ku whakatō mamafa ki e loto mo e mo ui e tonga. Koho tonga ke loto tō moanga whakatō ki lalo. Koho tonga mo e kutonga ke tau hiwa. Pea koho tau tonga ke tau mamahi i mea. O mamahi ke owana amolia atu e tau wanga whawhonua mo e tau lea. Nei whaolunga he ngai whae i ono aho, e nau whanau i honau nima, o whaia i honau whakalekesi. Ke nau wanga whaapa-apa, loto tō, mamahi i mea, mo tau hiwa. Pea i he hāfua ulunganga leleini e nau mo ui, o ki ai hono lea mahino ki e taha ko ia, fie lau he nei olunga ki e kaliloa. Ko whakamahino e ne tuitala ke ngahi ako naki e ne whae. Ko iai o kuota po watu. Toi whakafoki pe wha e ka vei koula o toto wako i api. He ko api e api ako ke kamatai hono whakamahu inga e tawanga whakawhonua pea mo e tau lea. Pea toi hako i pe i api ako e wha e ka vei koula hanga whakawhonua mo e tau lea. Pea ku mahinu au pito pe lo tu mo ngahi siasi o kuako ia ngahi wha e ka vei koula. E ka ngahi ulunganga whakaotua pe ia. Ka paulewa kuako i momoui akieni i api ako me siasi, he tonga whakalata e ne melina mo mauluta. He o kuako i anga whaapa-apa, ke tau whaapa-apa ke o tau o tua mo ui, a ena e whake e siasi tupo o raki a tonga ki langi, ke whai mai me ai ho tau malui mo ho tau tataki. Ko anga whawhonua mahu inga ia o tonga ko no whamua mua e o tua, pea hoko e lotu ko e mata i koloa ia e tonga. Whaapa-apa ki o tau tui. O ku makehe a tonga i he ne keipule anga whakatui. Nei o span pe ia he o tua ke aluhifoi ke mamani o hoko koe tui. Ke tataki a tonga. Pe aku totonu ke tau whaapa-apa ia i he tau lea mo e tau ngā ue langa whonua ma a tonga. Whaapa-apa i ho e ki whawhine. Whaapa-apa i e kakailalahi. Whaapa-apa ki ho ngō mātua. O ku hanga he anga whaapa-apa o omie melino, pea whakawhekoe i e nofo e whamili, tuku i kolo, mo tonga whoki. Mea pango o ku hanga he, ta e mapule i ki ta, o mau i e anga whakaapa-apa tonga. I ono o hake o ngā he lea tuku hifo, mo ta e tau, he Facebooka, o ne tāpalasia i mo wesia e ni i ke he. Ko e tonga pe e ofa i tonga. Tau kawhataha i hono pautoloaki mo puke ha tonga o kutu uloa i he tauanga whawhonua pea mo e tau lea. Ko e tau lau kau aki aho tau tonga tua o whātu. Malo au pita.
Maro Pito, Contestant Whikawa, Tapaita Tuplina Havea, Miss Ewa Tourism, au kune lave ki he kaweinga, ko e tau whatunga matua tonga pe mono pau tolo aki o e tau lea whakatonga. Whanga maari koe ni, toko ange ki e kau whakamau, na ia hawhehui au kunau whia eke mai ki he Contestant Whikawa.
Maloa pito Miss Ewa Tourism. Koe ki te laka wapea whamatalai manga ki whaunga taha ki ho mai no te tau lawa i o puke puke e tu whakaholo koe e tau lea ma tau ngahianga whātonga.
Eo, malo au pita. Whaunga taha ki e kumahi no e te tau lawa puke puke o tau anga whawhanua mo tau lea. Te whakahoa pe ki a te au, te ulua ki hoko au koe mo tolo, aki e kumo ui, aki e wha e ka we koula. Ke hoko ko hatasi pinga lele ke ni ke ka tau te whita ke tau tau tupu. Te nau, e taim te hoko e ka mo tolo pe ka si pinga lele ka te nau tolo. Te nau whawhawha ia e mo whaka ai ai e nau loto ke nau tauhi ke tau wha e ka we koula. Maloa pita.
Ok, to e whihui ia kau whakamau.
Thank you, Tapaita. Hawea koe. Ko whihui au ke ta whaaki koe ni kuken. Ka pui ka toa e whakaapa ki ta mai mo whae. Ka koe ke whanunga tau ku ke whakakau i mai kau tau reke reka. O ke aha to ha whakatokanga tokangai si kau tau reke reka. O ewa, ko hao me ewa e. O ewa, ko ngā ko whai ngā wiki ewa. Ko haha o whainga whakau ka mua. Ka pāte ke hoko e misi. Te ke lava whewhe ke hake a ki a tuunga a kai a kau tau reke reka o ewa. He whai he pure angai ngā we. Ke kinau tolu o kuri e kina. Ka koe e ke pe ko whanau atu ke o lave ke tapa ko toa. To e pe kau tau reke reka. Malo.
Malo a pita. O ka pāte hoko ko ha misi. E ko ngā e ake o ngā whapapa ke kau tau reke reka. Ke kakain ko o whalai tahai. Talo tupua ke ko whangakui. Pe ko kau tau reke reka. Ko whapapa i lahi nau tau. E he whaunga e ku lea. E he ku urunganga. E he ku whakawhotunga. E taimi ko wheohia e me kau tau reke reka. Ko taimi o kunau lea atu pe pui atu ka nau tau. Owa te mo aka fute pe te mo whingo whangawhata. Ka mo whakapapa i ki nau tolu, aki ho mo tō i he loto lelei. O whakahoka ngā hei whanki ngā ue i ki o kunau kore atu. Whakapapa i e tau reke reka, ka pau te hoko ko ha misi, pe te whoki ki ewa. Ko whaunga taha ko whakaukau kia te whapapa e ki tau reke reka. Aki e ku whaaka ki e titi, ko ku whaaki a ngahi mea ofa ki a teki nau tōru. Pau alo a ahi ki a teki nau tōru ki o nau ngahi api no whaanga, whakahaangi ki a teki nau tōru e ku ofa ki a teki nau tōru. Ko ia pē mana.
Malo a pito whawhewhia ho tari.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for our contestant number 2. All the way from the beautiful island of Ewa, Miss Ewa Tourism, Tapaita Tuplina Havea, sharing there on the topic of culture and language preservation. While our judges are formalizing their remarks and their points over there and their grading, I'd like to just remind all of our contestants this afternoon that you have 5 minutes to speak. When there was 1 minute left to go, then a bell will signal from the sidelines, which is a sign to you that you have 1 minute remaining for your presentation. Kore atu mai whakapaapa, ki kau whene mui o whaipā ki he kalauni kuia mesa Heilala i he pongpongini. O ku ia e mini te nima ke whakahoko kuia mo presentation e pongpongini. E tā ki whawhangu ia koe whakailonga ia, o toi mini te taha pe kakato kuia ho taimi. Malo au pito. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now as we move on to contestant number 3. Contestant number 3 is Miss Lady Maria Tonga, Australia, Gabriela Maria Agostina Mailangi. And she will be sharing today on the topic of education. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Gabriela as she makes her way to the podium. Malo.
Good morning, guests of honor. Good morning, judges. And good morning to all my ladies and gentlemen. My kingdom, my pride. Kok pule anga, ahoku laukau anga. Ko tua, mo Tonga, ahoku tofia. Because God and Tonga are my heritage. Maloa lele. My name is Gabriela Maria Augustina Mailangi, 18 years of age. Hail from the beautiful village of Aloitalau, Whileaitoa, and from the beautiful paradise of Vavaulahi. My topic for today will be education. And in my presentation, there are 3 subtopics that I would like to base on my presentation on, which are the challenges, achievements, and the future directions of our Tongan culture. What is education? Education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits. Education is not confined to the 4 walls of a classroom. It starts at home. The family plays a pivotal role in shaping a child's learning, experiences, attitudes towards education. The UNIS course has 4 pillars of education: learning to know, to do, learning to live together, and learning to be, which provide a comprehensive framework that can be nurtured from the home environment. As a well-known quote from Nelson Mandela says, "Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world." For my next slide, I'd like to introduce for my achievement of education of Tongan society, which has 3 topics on it: economic impact, social benefits, and cultural preservations. By economic impact for it, higher education leads to better job opportunities, economic growth. This is indeed very true and accurate. In our Tongan community and culture, we need higher education, which means leads to better opportunities and economic growth, which just happens in today's community. Social benefits promotes our social cohesion, reduce inequality. This is also true. This is bring us close in our social benefits, more friendship, and for all other organizations, and also reduces inequality between females and males with human rights. Cultural preventions, education as a means to preserve and promote Tongan culture and traditions. Throughout our challenges in Tonga education has access to education, quality of education, and technological barriers. And our access to education, which challenges that Tonga is going through, geographic isolation of islands, economic disparities. Through our quality of education, teacher training, curriculum relevance, and infrastructure. Technological barriers, limited access to modern technology, and internet connectivity issue. And for the future of education in Tonga, which I would like to review, technological advance, the e-learning, use of digital tools in classrooms, the global trends, emphasis on STEM education, vocational training, STEMS stands for Science, Technology, Education, Mathematics, and Sustainable Development Goals, which ensure our inclusive and equality education. Overall, education is a cornerstone for personal and societal growth in Tonga. Despite current challenges such as limited resources, educational quality, variability in resources, and equity issues, strategic investments and policy reforms can pave the way for a higher and brighter future. Emphasizing STEM education, vocational training, and integration of traditional knowledge, along with partnerships with international organizations, can enhance the relevance of effectiveness of education. A key recommendation to extend the school age to limit 21 is promoting inclusive lifelong learning and better alignment with modern workforce and demands. By addressing these challenges and adopting innovative policies, Tonga can ensure that all individuals receive a quality of education, contributing to the nation's economic development, social cohesion, and cultural prevention. Thank you for your interest, for your attention. Mala opito.
Thank you very much, Miss Lady Maria Tonga, Australia. I afford an opportunity now to our judging panel for any questions.
Thank you. Just one question. Can you explain one challenge you can see that Tonga faces with education?
Thank you for the interesting question. Challenges that Tonga is facing right now throughout education, am I right? For the biggest challenges that I've seen in our community in Tonga, that we are facing a lot with lack of resources, and mostly our transportation, which isolation geographically, isolations of disparities. Lack of resources for our technological to advance more for every school. There are more schools that I've seen that there are not really much technology to advance their school, and also the teaching has not really reached for a high level. Also, some of our skilled teachers are already deported to overseas because of higher learning. And that is like the challenges that I've seen here in Tonga. Thank you.
Do we have any further questions from our judging panel? No, that's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for contestant number 3, Gabriela Maria Agostina Mailange, our Miss Lady Maria Tonga, Australia, sharing today on the topic of education. Malopito Maria, Gabriela Maria Agostina Mailange, katau te watueni ki contestant Fika Fa. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 4 this afternoon is Vaimoana Akesa Louise Holeva Malupo, Miss FIA Dance Academy, and she'll be sharing with us this afternoon on the topic of technology and innovation. Koia kore atu pege mo paspasi mai Miss FIA Dance Academy. Ai tene whakahoko e ne presentation whekau aki e teknolosia mo e whakalakalaka whakaonoponi.
Evolution of technology and innovation through travelling from Ewa to Tonga from between the years of 1964 and 2024.
screening ngau ya.
Sorry, I'm a bit tall.
O teknologia.
Maloelele and warm Pacific greetings to you all. Hawetaikia Iki. I'd like to welcome Her Honourable Federica Tuita, fellow judges, auditors, my fellow contestants, and family and friends. Let me start off by asking you, what is technology? Well, technology is the scientific knowledge for practical purposes and application. It is the catalyst for innovation that leads to novel ways of problem solving. Innovation, on the other hand, is where we enhance or improve an existing idea, process, methods, services, or solution for a positive outcome. In simple English, innovation is where we implement new ideas to improve and increase the quality of life for our people in our kingdom. Not only does it evolve, like what you see in the play that we did, but it also contributes to change. A change in transportation, change in communication, and ultimately how we live our lives. For example, communication. Now I'm able to call my mum without touching my phone. Hey Siri, please call mum. There we go. You see, innovation enables problem solving. It provides a creative insight that allows you to look at things from a different perspective. Regardless of whether you are implementing a new product, refreshing a strategy, or you're finding an original way to stay ahead of competition. Now, despite all these, there are some drawbacks to technology and innovation. Most proposals require substantial funding, and the risk that these certain proposals will last over time is uncertain. You could have employees, stakeholders, and the community be quite reluctant due to innovation upsetting established processes and habits. People may be unwilling to accept change, and they may be willing to not adopt new technology. Tonga's Ministry of Infrastructure and Australia's National Transport Research Organisations have formalised a collaboration on a strategic 10-year transport advisory program that focuses on the aviation sector, allowing a forward pathway for assets, performance and management. This allows the progression of a positive pathway into enhancing our kingdom's livelihood and overall increase in our economic revenue. This is a major market for Tonga's socio-economic growth, and the MOI stated that the goal is to achieve a safer and more affordable domestic and international transport supporting growth of economic activity in the aviation sector while catering to ongoing traffic control. To conclude, although we have technologies here in Tonga, there is still room for improvement. There is still room for more technological enhancements, especially for our healthcare sector and our communications. Innovation is the epitome for success, but we need to remember that God has to be in the center of it all. God's timing is always the best, and I will leave you with this verse, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 and 11. To everything there is a season, there's a time for purpose, and God's time is always beautiful. Go ahead, Ben Malo.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss FIA Dance Academy by Moana Malupo, speaking on the topic of technology and innovation. We'll pass now over to the judging panel if they have any questions for contestant number 4.
Thank you, Miss FIA Dance Academy. What would be your advice to the youth of Tonga in regards to technology and innovation?
Thank you for your question. So technology and innovation work hand in hand with today's generation. My advice to the young youth in Tonga is that despite technology enhancing every day as we speak now, you also need to be mindful that you need to intertwine technology and your cultural roots. Technology is only supposed to implement or complement the original idea. So I recommend that the youth need to remain within our traditional and cultural backgrounds, and technology should only be like a catalyst to help them with their education.
Malo bit Miss Fia for the beautiful demonstration
Thank you.
of how technology is being used so far. Ko kutoka nga hawia ke nga e ki koin he whanau e whanki telefoni me whanki mea koia. Ka hao tokoni ki he mātua. Ke whakahawhi nā tolu mea nau ngau e hala aki. O aonga e ke he technology ke whakaanga e ke ako. Me uwhetuta ka koe kongani o ku. Whia mau, koe haha o tokoni o ka ke hoko, koe Miss Heilala. Ke whanau, me ngai tamai me ngai whae atonga. Ke whakahawhi whanau me ngau e hala aki. E technology malo.
Thank you for your question. So technology is all about change. It's all about how it changes our livelihood. And change can be scary, especially to our elders who are so used to traditional upbringings. Even though change is all around us and the technology is upgrading as we speak, my advice to the parents is to don't shy away from technology. There are some negative and positive impacts of technology, just like there are many other aspects of life. But then what I'm trying to say is that the parents need to trust their kids and also trust in God. I remember a Bible verse, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. Go ahead, Malo.
Malo Opito. If no further questions from the judges, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vaimoana Akesa Louise Oliver Malupo, Miss Fia Dance Academy, on the topic of technology and innovation. This is contestant number 4. We'll give a moment to our judges to allow some time just to complete their forms and filling out all our scores this afternoon. While that happens, I'll just take another moment just to acknowledge some of our key sponsors for our Heilala Festival 2024, starting with our supreme sponsors, Fiji Airways, the national carrier of Fiji, National Reserve Bank of Tonga. The Heilala elite sponsors this year is the MBF Bank, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, the Office of New Zealand's High Commissioner to the Kingdom of Tonga, Wehoko Arts, Digicel Tonga, Tonga Power Limited and Comfort Zone Party Rentals. Our Heilala Platinum sponsors for this year is the National Reserve Bank of Tonga, BSP Bank, Lion Liquor, Spare Parts Zone, Little Italy Hotel and Restaurant. Our Heilala Gold sponsor this year is Vaimoana Media, and our Heilala Silver sponsors are Billfish Bar and Restaurant, Nishi Trading, Waterfront Restaurant and Liko Alofa Resort, mo baswasi imai ai ngahi businessi, mo ngahi kautaha, o kuna popo mai ki he polokalama kuia, ai whiahui Miss Heilala o wafe ma wafa. We'll continue now with our interview for the first component of Miss Heilala Pageant 2024. Contestant number 5, Mele Maimoa he loto kalawhiwhi now, Mr. Praxis New Zealand. Mr. Praxis New Zealand's topic is youth empowerment. Ko kaweinga a Mr. Praxis Nusila, ko whakalotolahi ki he to'otupu. Malo opito, mo paspasi mai, a Mr. Praxis New Zealand.
tapu mai vuni valu, mai fuotoa ko hangai toke lau. Kai ata ke lava, ke eko ka ngā, ke hake a ki ia tō tupu e whanua. He koi hakao malohi ia o Tonga e tuuloa. It is with great honor and humility that I stand before you all, not just as a contestant, but as a daughter of Tonga. I pay my respects to the Heilala Pageant for providing a platform to speak on the matters that is most relevant to our beloved kingdom. Today, I am humbled to speak on the driving force of our society, our youth, and empowering our youth to do so. A Tongan proverb begins the journey in Aotalanoa. Koe haka o ahoni, koe whanua o kahau. The reef of today is the land of tomorrow. Although the youth is indeed our future, there is a need for recognition for our youth being the foundation of today. The Pacific community reported in 2021 that the youth are making 1/3 of the Kingdom of Tonga's population. In numbers, that is 32,000 lives of age 15 to 34 residing here in Tonga. Youth are the beating heart of our society. Our youth will carry forward the legacy of our ancestors. Our youth are the bridge between our cherished past as well as our hopeful future. May we voyage through 3 examples of youth empowerment, rooted to uplift and foster resilient warriors. Youth empowerment in education. Education and upskilling our youth ensures security and empowerment of our natural abilities. Knowledge is power. Therefore, as we continue to value traditional education, may we also acknowledge our vocational pathways, allowing our youth to dream above and beyond. Youth unemployment is a crucial issue identified by the Tongan Youth Council. In 2023, birthed the Pacific Youth Engagement, Empowerment, and Economic Pathways to empower our Tongan youth, allowing the opportunity for our young people to upskill and gain what they need to succeed in society, strengthening the workforce of our beloved kingdom and making certain that no one gets left behind. Youth empowerment and leadership. Let us give the opportunity to the young people to lead and be vessels of service to our community. Sia maanga ika maka. Though it may be something small, it is just as important. Give the responsibilities to our youth through leading church programs, school po'akos, and even in your own whakawhamili at home. All these opportunities are just as important. Enabling the youth to take stand and to build their confidence that during the Siaswesliana Conferenisi, there is a standalone conference dedicated to the youth, led by the youth, allowing our people the responsibility to lead and serve and giving them value of their work to the community. Youth empowerment and cultural identity. Mamahi fonua. Culture is the fabric of our existence. Nothing is more important than empowering the youth to be proud of where they come from. Koe mamahi fonua ia. Although Western influence may be prevalent, but our Tongan identity runs deeper. Coming from a ta'ahine Tonga that is living amongst the diaspora, I carry the spirit of ma'afana as a Tongan wherever I go. As the world becomes heavily influenced by mainstream culture, let us protect our Tongan identity. The Kohai activity, initiated by WCCC, relates to the importance of cultural identity, appreciating the talanoa of being proud of the land that honors you. It is important to remember that cultural identity is not negotiable. It is our superpower. Being Tongan is my superpower. The youth of Tonga is its greatest asset. The potential of the youth in Tonga is endless. Therefore, we must invest, provide opportunities for meaningful employment, and create platforms for their voices to be heard. By doing so, we not only secure a better future for them, but for the entire nation. Empowering our youth is the empowerment of Tonga. And empowering our youth on the foundation of prayer and faith in God, the youth, they are our dreamers, our doers, our difference makers. It is our collective responsibility to nurture our nation as it honors its past while boldly stepping into the future. I am your contestant number 5, Melema Imoa Helo Tukala Finau, Mr. Praxis New Zealand. Maloa pito, toa ofa.
Malopito Mr. Praxis New Zealand. Ai nā le lawe whoki ki kawe ngā koe whakaroto lahi ki tō tūpū ko Youth Empowerment. Tuku anga whangamari koe ni ki te pile kau whakamau nei anau whihui ki he contestant whikanima.
Thank you very much, Ms. Brooks, New Zealand, for the beautiful presentation. However, I'm just looking at the other end of the coin, the other side of the coin. There are students or children who are school dropout. That is becoming something that is not very helpful with our young people in Tonga. What can be done? If you become the Miss Heilala, would you be able to see how best you can help these students that are being dropped out of schools? Because it's a lot of problematic happening in our country. Thank you.
I like to acknowledge that the youth having a high percentage of dropouts from school isn't a problem. However, if we look at the example that I gave in terms of the initiative that was brought through of allowing our youth to take part in other vocational pathways and allowing them to see that there is a possibility for them through workshop, as well as understanding that even though they didn't go through traditional education, that vocational and alternative pathways still exist. There is our church, there are TTIs, TNU, that provide optional and alternative pathways for our youth. Because even though Tonga is the jewel of the Pacific, our youth are the jewels of Tonga. And so being able to empower our youth to engage in activities that aren't particularly part of the educational or traditional educational systems, that is how that will get that movement and shift towards a better Tonga.
No further questions from our judges. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Mele Maimoa He Loto Kalafi Finau, your Miss Praxis New Zealand, on the topic of youth empowerment. Whilst our judges are compiling their scores, a friendly reminder that at 1 minute out from the completion of your 5 minutes, there will be a bell that will signal just to let you know that your time is just about up. Hange koe nos lawe ki ane nei, iai beki whakailonga a ki ona tā ki whawhango I he toi minite taha pe kakato ai minte nima I he all presentation kotoa pe. Let's move on now to contestant number 6. Contestant number 6, ladies and gentlemen, is Gracelyn Kelly Nanaimo Fotoaika, Miss Tonga, Hawaii. And she'll be sharing this morning on the topic of disaster preparedness. Ko Miss Tonga Hawaii Fokieni, tene whai ai lawe whekau aki pia moe mateu teu koia ke ngahi whakatamaki whakai nā tula.
Tapu moe awhio ai tae hā mai I ho tau loto lotonga. Whakatapu atu ke la a hopo hono no oi o tutonga, tama ko tupo ono. Tapu ke mahina whea ki te, kuina na spau, pia pehe ke fuifulu pe o loto palasi. Whakatapu atu ke whakalanglangi, oi aho kai pehe ke kau whakamau. O atu ha whakatapu ma ke he maa ngai whiwhine hoi hoi fua, my 11 pageantry sisters vying for Miss Heilala. Kai pehe ki he Miss Lolotonga. Pea me ngai whakawhi ko toa pe o ku tau kaunga kau whakataha I he ahoni. Ko hoki ngoa ko Gracelyn Kelly Nanaimo Fotuaika. Pea ko whiewhia ke o whakawhawhonga I atu ai Miss Tonga Hawaii o wanoa wafa. I am honored to discuss a topic close to my heart. Ko e kaweinga o ku pehe, toka teo ki ngai whakatamaki e hoko, pe moha whaunga e malawa ke whakaake lelei ai. Pe I he lea whakapapalangi, disasters preparedness and resilience. Disasters preparedness and resilience. Tonga Tapu, home to Nuku Alofa, Tonga's capital, is a beautiful island with rich cultural heritage. However, its location in the Pacific makes it vulnerable to natural disasters such as cyclones, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. The devastating Hunga Tonga and Hunga Ha'apai eruption in January 2022
highlighted the urgency of effective disaster management. In 2021, the World Risk Report stated that Tonga ranked third out of 181 countries for natural hazards and sea level rise. Understanding disaster preparedness and resilience. Disaster preparedness involves planning, organizing, and implementing measures to effectively respond to emergencies. Resilience refers to the ability of individuals, communities, and systems to withstand and recover from disasters. Together, they form the backbone of our ability to cope and adapt to the challenges posed by natural hazards. The disaster preparedness in Tonga Tapu consists of 3 key areas. First, community awareness and education. Education program where local schools and community centers plays a critical role in educating residents and disaster risk and safety measures. Teaching children and adults about evacuation plans, emergency kits, and first aid is important. Public awareness campaigns include workshops and information drives to ensure that people understand the warning signals for different types of disasters and know how to respond. Second, infrastructure and planning, building standards, strengthening building codes to ensure that homes and public buildings can withstand extreme weather conditions that is crucial. Cyclone resistance designs and flood proofing and examples of such measures. Evacuation routes and shelters. Clearly marked and accessible evacuation routes, along with well-maintained shelters, provide safe havens during disasters. These facilities need to be equipped with supplies and communication tools. Third, early warning systems, technology integrations, utilizing satellite data, weather forecasting, and seismic monitoring systems allow for timely warnings and alerts. Community sirens and mobile notifications ensure that everyone receives critical information quickly. Moreover, 3 solutions that could help build resilience in Tonga Tapu. First, community engagement and leadership. Local leaders, involving leaders and traditional authorities in disaster planning to ensure culturally appropriate and accepted strategies. Second, sustainable practices, environmental management, protecting mangroves, coral reefs, and coastal vegetation reduces the impact of storms and sea level rise. These natural barriers act as a first line of defense. Recovery and rehabilitation, support systems, providing psychological support and counseling for affected individuals aids in emotional recovery. Access to financial assistance and resources for rebuilding helps communities bounce back faster. Economic diversification. Encouraging diverse economic activities reduces dependence on any single sector, enhancing overall stability in the face of disasters. In conclusion, disaster preparedness and resilience in Tonga Tapu are not just about responding to crisis, but building a culture of safety, adaptability, and community solidarity. By integrating education, infrastructure, technology, and traditional knowledge, we can create a robust framework to protect our island and its people. Let us work together, hand in hand, to ensure a safer and more resilient future for Tonga. Mahalo pito tu'a o whātu.
Put your hands together for Miss Tonga Hawaii, sharing on the topic of disaster preparedness and resilience. We'll pass it now to our judging panel for questions.
Thank you, Miss Tonga Hawaii. I want to ask if you would comment on how to improve disaster preparedness here in Tonga to the community and all the people of Tonga.
Thank you for the questions.
Ko a taha ngai whaunga ke tau mateu teu ai ki he peko ha toka teu ki mua pe hoko maha ngai whakatu tā maki. I he mau siasi wai mea kui koe welfare pe koe hoa fitua. O ku mau hanga mau pe o teu i ai whanki kato koe ni pe koe whanki welfare koe ni o tuku mau pe i api kaha mea e hoko hange koe ni koe whakatamak whakainatu la. O ki whake tau ilo toto taimi e tō mai ai o ku toki ai pea o announce mai hahoa tahaua ki mua. Ko o mea lelei ke te hanga mau pe o ai mau pe prepare this welfare and 72 hours stuff uinga ke tango to pe he hoko mai whakatamaki o ta o smile pe. To taha mea ko pe he ko whaunga e taha e lawai ke te prepare ko whaka ekonomika. To taimini o tau mo ui lelei ke tau ngawe katoa tāna kaki paanga pe taim ko ku taramai ai o koe ni e tō maha ha wha a pongpongi. O ko seai ho se niti ke au ki whare koloa. Whakatau maha ngahi mea ke tuki ako ho whale ke ua hao e a wha o puhi. Whakatau me moha mea kai. Whakatau ha te e lango ko ha flashlight, torch. Whaki mea whakamaka o kai ke whakauhila. Uinga ke ngau akia he taim koko ku tonga tō mai ai koe ai whakatamak whakainatu la. Maloa pito.
Tonga Hawaii, malo apita presentation for afofa ko ke whahako mai. Moi tari, ko to e tokanga hawia ki he malu koe a evacuation center. He ko evacuation center e ngai kolo ko tape o whakau katoa ke ai a tangata mo whawhine, mo whanau, au ke kau disability. Ko haha o tokoni ke malu a nofo a kainga, ko nof acknowledgments na nof evacuation center mi hano whakamamahi pe ko hano pa usi ko ha me te ke whai ke whakapapau i oku malu patau te fito ki he kakai whiwhine pe mo disability na tol ke hana ngai whainga tāia malo.
Thank you for the question. Ko ki whakakau pe koe ki ai maybe oku sai ke tai nimi ke tau ngawe ke langa ha loki makehe a kakai tangata me kakai whewhine e pehe ke kau disability. O e ke nau nofo whakataha, tau ke tangata, peo ku pau pe ke ai ngahi mea pehe ia e hoko. Ai ko ki whakakau atu pe, ke ai po langa lok makehe pe a e tangata, lok makehe pe a e whewhine, lok makehe pe a disability, ko taimia te nau hangai, like you know, it's a way where they wouldn't be in the same place because okay ke tau ilo totoro puku hame e ho, ko hange ko ho lau ke whakaehi me hono pau sii pe koe abuse. Ko ki whakakau pe ia malo. Mahau.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On the stage we have Graceland Kelly Nanaima Fotoika, Miss Tonga Hawaii for 2024. I'll give the judges a few moments to correlate their scores. Why is that happening? We'd like to welcome our viewers who are tuning in live stream from outside of the Kingdom of Tonga through BroadCom this morning. Ta lelei foki a kaumamata. O mō kau mō whaao foki I he wahao pehe pongpongini I he BroadCom walowhitpon Nime FM ki Australia, New Zealand, Amerika, Hawaii mo hawhito pe mamani māloho mō kau mai. O watahanga tolu koe a whalokalama pongpongini me he Heilala village me loto nuku alofa. Let's move on now to contestant number 7. Contestant number 7, ladies and gentlemen, is Sofron Cosmios Ulaloto Ke Melino Latu Miss Vava'u Heilala. Her topic this morning, no plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your hands together as Miss Vava'u Heilala makes her way to the podium.
First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Almighty God in our midst. Special acknowledgement to the esteemed guest of honor, Federica Tuita, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. My chosen topic for today is no plastic. I repeat, no plastic. To begin with, what is no plastic? Plastic does not belong in nature. No plastic in nature works across the life cycle of plastic materials, meaning to reduce the amount of new plastic produced or imported. Increase the reuse of plastic already in circulations or use new ideas of replacement for plastic materials. No Plastic Campaign in Tonga was founded by Latte Eleni Levin Devi in 2018, aiming for communities and individuals to keep plastic away from the oceans and public areas to reduce the use of single-use plastic in Tonga. This No Plastic campaign focuses on raising awareness on effects on single-use plastic in Tonga and support action to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic waste. Moreover, there are problems caused if we are not careful about the worldwide issues. Plastic and waste is one of Tongan's ongoing environmental problems. Tonga was known to tourists for its natural beauty and unspoiled beaches. But nowadays, reports from foreigners said that Tonga has really changed. And now is a disaster. As shown here at the slide, this is Ano Beach in Vava'o. Places which were used to be beautiful, but now is a disaster because of the aquatic waste problems such as people dumping rubbish on beaches and public areas with plastic trashes. They ruin the beauty of our island, damage the environment, and increase site pollution in Tonga. Furthermore, most of the people here in Tonga rely on the oceans for daily meals. We are now proud of our oceans. We are an island nation. This is the reason why we need to look after our oceans, starting by keeping them clean and healthy. As seen here in this image, any plastic waste that enters our oceans ultimately flows to the oceans, where it breaks down and enters the food chain as microplastic, where are consumed by marine life, including endangered species. There has been a decline in marine species and their livelihood due to various reasons, such as littering shown in the slide. Though there are trash bins already provided for the public to use, but it is a pity because people still continue to litter on the beaches, coastal areas, and public areas places nowadays. Finally, the government, community groups, No Plastic campaign must work together to solve this issue, such as recycling plastic and glass waste. As shown here in this figure, women are now transforming plastic into handicrafts by making earrings, handy bags, necklace, and many more as shown here in this image. They do this to keep environment and ocean free from plastic waste and help in their incomes. Raise public awareness, campaign in communities, schools, government organizations, NGOs, private sectors, and civil societies to address the impact of waste management, which is a threat to marine ecosystem. To get out and collect plastic waste in coastal areas, popular picnic areas, as well as public places, as shown here in this image. Shopping policies might help. Bring your own bag, a fabric bag, and bag made of coconut leaves or kato'oa like these pictures. Reduce the use of aluminum foil to make food and use banana leaves because foil is thrown around, which becomes waste, and if burned, it causes greenhouse gases as seen here in these images. Drink from green coconuts rather than plastic bottles of water, as they will be thrown around after use. To conclude with, stop littering, Stop irresponsible attitudes. Say no to plastic if we want to maintain Tongan as a nature and beauty. Tongan is my kingdom, my pride. Ko hoku tonga, ko lau kau anga, tu awha atu malo apito.
Malo Albito, Miss Vava'o Heilala on the topic of no plastic. Passing over to the judges now for questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Vava'o Heilala, for the presentation. You have covered a whole lot. I'm just thinking, te tau ta'ofi whewheha no homai plastiki ki Tonga ni. He kotok nekai ke I Tonga ni plastiki, kotok whakahau mai ki Tonga ni. Import mai he ngahi whare koloa mena. I hoko ko e Miss Heilala. Te ke whakotuha policy, pe ko halao, ke ta'ofi hono homai plastiki ki Tonga ni. Ka whamalo ke senturi ko na toki lava just wasted na. Na nau kai ke na whi maha plastic, na nau a ke peleti maka men. Ka anga whi hono ta'ofi ki tau tolu, a ngau a ke plastiki o ku whonu pa whaingofua. Ko pehe mahalo ko halao. O ke pehe te ke whakaukau ke whakotu halao, piko ha policy ke poreanga, ke ta'ofi ake hono homai plastiki ki Tonga ni, mahalo piko.
Thank you for the question. Yes, I would like to help the committees and the governments to enforce a law to stop the comings of plastic from overseas, but like go back to our traditional culture, which usings of not plastic, but like using the leaves and stuff for like using those instead of plastic. But the idea is to enforce a law to stop using of plastic. That's all.
Do we have any further questions from our judging panel? If not, then we would like you to put your hands together for contestant number 7, Sofron Cosmios Uloloto ki Melino Ladu, Miss Vava'o Heilala, and she was sharing on the topic of no plastic. We have 5 contestants remaining in our interview section, but we might just take a short break now and ask Sete Naufaho just to play maybe one song for us to allow our judges a little bit of time to compile all their scores before we move on to our last 5 contestants. Tukuang e whakamari koe ni ke Sete Naufaho ke whakahoko ki whakawaha mapa pe tau toki hoko atu mo ka whina mo e toko nima o kei toi mai I he tau tali whihu I koia o I pongpongi ni. Malo.
Okay. My favorite song.
Nofo, nofo, peau, oh, male, taoku, brunuku, mai, amate. Vai, ai mausa si amane, feinga I si sinoni ke ave, lolo tonga pe asi e kunofo.
ao waho pe mo fasikoni ko Tokyo Sea. Honourable Frederica, Honourable Fahina, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now continue with our final and five participants that are left and contestants for our interview part of the Miss Heilala Pageant 2024. Whangamari koe ni, tau hoko atu ki e whenimui e toko nima kei toi mai I he tau tariwhiu I koia o e hoatani. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome contestant number 8, Susi Elisabeti Brigitta Caprian Tonga, Miss Tonga China Friendship Association, and she'll be sharing with us this afternoon on the topic of gender equality. Put your hands together one more time for Miss Tonga China Friendship Association.
I acknowledge the presence of our Heavenly Father, Guest of Honor, and Festival Director, Honorable Frederica Duita, panel of judges, my fellow contestant, the reigning Miss Heilala, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to stand before you today to talk about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, gender equality. Women are essential to the progress and development of any society, not only in the home, but also in the aspect of life. However, as we all know, women and girls all over the world face challenges like access to education, healthcare, or economic opportunities. In Tonga, we face the same challenges, and there is a real need for us to address gender equality in our country. As we all know and appreciate, in Tongan society, women traditionally hold a high social status within families and communities. Thanks to the fahu system is very unique to Tongan culture, and I believe can help us understand and accept that women can provide more to building Tonga in the 21st century, not only in social tradition, but in more leadership roles as well. Firstly, let me define what gender equality is as I understand it. Gender equality means that women and men have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. When we achieve gender equality, we create a society where everyone is empowered to reach their full potential, regardless of their gender. The Tonga government in December 2002 launched its national policy on gender and development with a clear objective that by 2025, all men, women, children, and families in Tonga should achieve equal access to economic, social, political, and religious opportunities and benefits. This is a wonderful objective, and we must all work together to help our government achieve this important goal for our beloved country. However, gender equality is a very broad topic that covers many aspects of life, and some change is resisted too because of cultural beliefs, such as the woman's role is really only at home and women should not be in the workforce. But we live in a changing world that we must recognize the things we can adopt without losing our cultural identity and still give everyone, regardless of gender, equal opportunity to social and economic benefits. So how can we achieve gender equality in Tonga? The first step is to recognize that every individual, regardless of their gender, has the right to an equal share of resources, benefits, and opportunities, and we must work together to make that happen. Secondly, we need to provide more access to education and job opportunities for women in Tonga. Thirdly, we must all recognize that creating a gender equality society requires commitment from everyone, men and women, boys and girls. We must support the government's objective to promote gender equality for the benefit of all Tongan. I would like to provide one example that I have personally experienced regarding the topic of gender equality. especially providing more access to young women in higher education. I am pleased to share that I am one of the 9 female students from various schools and islands in Tonga that have been awarded full scholarship for undergraduate and postgraduate studies in Shanghai Ocean University in China in 2025. This has been due to the work of the Tonga-China Friendship Association, who continuously seek out opportunities for Tongan. The Tonga-China Friendship Association aim for the Shanghai Ocean University scholarship focus on providing young women the chance for higher education in marine and fishery studies, as it's an area not any females are encouraged or given the chance to study. I'm one of many proud recipients of the work of Tonga-China Friendship Association, and I'm very happy to represent them in the Miss Heilala Pageant 2024, and they are clearly supporting gender equality in Tonga. In conclusion, I'm asking all of us, governments, private sector, civil society, families and friends, to take up the mission of gender equality. We have the power to achieve significant progress if we work together and recognize the value that women bring to our society. I urge everyone to take action now and commit to achieving gender equality in Tonga. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tonga-China Friendship Association sharing on the topic of gender equality. We'll now pass over to the judging panel for their questions.
Thank you. Miss Tonga-China Friendship Association, can you explain some challenges here in Tonga that we face with gender equality?
Oh, thank you for the question. So, some challenges. The violence against women, as we all know, because the main role of gender equality, it still help prevent violence against women, and the good for the economy, make a community safer and healthier. Imagine you're a child and you dream of something. So the challenges depends on your gender, whether you're female or male. So the challenges that we used to face here in our community is the violence against women. That's all.
Malo pito Miss Tonga-China, Susi Tonga. Do you realize that in decision-making level in Tonga, especially in the local government, in our parliament, there's hardly any women there. There's very few women in the local government. But in our parliament, so far there's only one. What would you do to help women, to empower them to run for parliament? E hanga whewhi hau toko ni ka kai whiwhino tonga ke nau loto lai. He whia mau hange ko lea ke whikau ake a tangata mo whawhine. Hange o kua waawa wharearea pa peke local government. E hanga whewhi hano langa i ake au tau whanua o ka kau whakataha a whawhine mo tangata o tau te whito ke ngai tuunga whai tuutuni. Malo.
Malo, Pito. So, I have 2 points about it. So, economic empowerment. Women are empowered to work and join in the workforce. So, i parliament, ka paulewa uki kai ke te lava huu ki loto ma ka kai kon kou kai ke lava. O tau whawhuafua ko ka kai tangata pe o nau whili. So, ko ka kai whiwhine pe e taha pe from each. Ko kau kanti teiti te nau toko tolwono pe toko whiha. Ko toko taha pe e toko mea nau tolu. So, ke ka kai whiwhine ko kai ke nau pehe te nau malawai ai ngahi mea pehe. O tau whie mau ke tau ke tau empower e tau economic, o hange koe women are empowered to work and join in the workforce and start their own business. Start their own business by provide household income and economic growth. Hange ko lau, Proverbs chapter 31, verses 16. These verses highlight the capabilities of women in economic activities. So my second point is social development, ensuring that women have equal access to education and health in Tonga and the Pacific region. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26. She speaks of wisdom and faithful instruction is in her tongue. Goya be malo.
Thank you very much. Is there any further questions from our judging panel? If not, then ladies and gentlemen, this is your contestant number 8, Susi Elisabeti Brigitte Cabrian Tonga, Miss Tonga China Friendship Association, sharing on gender equality. I'll give a moment to the judges to compile their marks. Just for those who've just joined us a little bit later in the program, including those online, our judges today are Cristina Kaitapu, a former Miss Heilala and former Miss Tonga from the year 2000, and Betty Blank from Ma'awhawhine Moefamiri. Our auditors this afternoon are Niroshan Di Sanayake and Te Vita Vahai, and they're working behind the scenes to ensure that everything runs smoothly in terms of our judging of our interview segment today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move now to contestant number 9. Contestant number 9, let's welcome Fipe Latai Holeva Finau, Miss Ha'apai Masani, talking to us today on the topic of economic development and entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Ha'apai Masani.
Maloi lele, maloi lau mali e whakalang oi aho. Maloi lele, pe o kokole ke whakamalu atu, i e tala whakatapu kakato o whanua, mo i lotu, kai ata ke whawhola atu, hoki ka papa. Ko hoki ingoa, ko whipe la tai ho lewa whinau, ko e kulele mai, me he ki motu whakawhaofa ko ia ko haapai. Ko e kuki kawenga lea ki he pongpongi ni. Ko e kawenga mahu inga taha e ni, o inga he kawenga. Aia, ko e tupu whaka-ekonomika, pia mo inga he whakakau-kau whaka-businessi. Or economic development and entrepreneurship. E tau tu i he kolostanga o runganga whakawhonua, pia mo whakalaka-laka, o kumahu inga au pito ke tau whakawhehokotaki, ai whainga maalie maho tau kakai, ke ne whakatupulaki, ai tupu whaka-ekonomika, pia mo whainga maalie ki ha mo ui, o toi lele iange ma ai tonga kotoa. O ta tau pe a tongani, pia mo ngai whangaki whanua i iki ange. I ngai whakawhe ātungia, o kunau whekuki moia i he whenga ki he langa whakalakalaka whaka-ekonomika. O ku kauheni, aho tau tuunga whakaseo kālawhi, aia o ku tau wā mama o ai me ngai whanua o ku toi whakalakalaka ange. O ku si mo e tau ngahi koloa whakainatula, pia tau toi tuu la vea ngofua foki ki he ngai whakatamaki whakainatula. Ko ngahi pole ni o kune whakatuai ai tau tupu whaka-ekonomika. Ka i he taim tatau, o kune o mai foki me ngai whainga maalie makehe, ke tau lava o whauha ngahi whakakau-kau fo ou mo tuuloa foki. Ko tau lava o i kunaha ngahi laka ki mua i he ngai sektoa whaka-ekonomika kehe. Ne tuku pā o tau pule anga ke whakalele i ha ngahi ngaue lalahi, a ko, mo e tawhaaki ki he mo ui lelei, ke tokoni ki e tau tupu i kahaun. O ku kauheni ai Tonga Energy Roadmap, ke tau lawa o mau ai peseti e whitnoa i he iwi whakainatula, ki he tau wanoa taunoa. Ko e tau mua eni, te tau malawa o ikunai pia whakasiisi ai e tau whakalala ki hono hū mai o lolo. Tāna ki at ki he ni, o kulolo tonga whakahoko ai whakatuu ngā ue ke te whakahoko halaine ke i polo hono ua ki wawao. E tokoni eni ki hono toi whakawawe i ange ai tau interneti, ke toi waofiange ho tau ki whonua pia motu apuleanga mo i market whakamamanlahi. Ko ngai whakakaukau whakapisnisi, o ku mahu inga au pito ia ki he tupu whaka-ekonomika. Ko mi sini eni ki hono whakatupulaki ai ngai whainga maalie, whakangāue, ngai whakaukau whoou, pia moe wahe whaka-ekonomika. I tongani, ko hono whaka-ai ha atakai whakapisnisi, tene malawa ke o mai ai ha ngai whakaukau whoou, whau whoou, o ngawe ake ilo mo i tau kei aho tau kakai. E malawa noa pe me heni ke liliwa e ngahi pole ki ha ngahi whainga maalie. E malawa ene whakahoko e ngahi ngā weni, uloa ki ke kamata e whakaukau whapisnisi o kumahu inga ke whakaivia aki nau tolu whakapisnisi aki hono tokonia ki nau tolu i ngahi mea ngā ue mo e tau kei ke nau ngāwe aki ke lawa ke whakatuple kina e nau pisnisi. O ku kauhena e whainga maalia ki a tokon whakapaanga, ngahi ako, me ngahi polo kalama tokon kehepe. Ua, o ku kau e ako, he makaturiki mahu inga, ke he tupulaki whaka-ekonomika. O ku mahu inga, ke kau e ngai silapa whakaako, a hono whaka-ai, e ngai whakaukau whakapisnisi. E lawa heni ke a koi ai hako tupu ai whonua, ke nau mau e ngahi tau kei, me atamai ke lawa o whau ha ngai whakaukau whoou, mo whakotuu ha nau pisnisi. Ko ngahi polo kalama ki hono a koi e ngahi ilo whakateknikale, ngawe aki e teknolosia, ngahi ilo whakapisnisi e aonga au pitoia. Iono whaoma opo, ko hala ki he tupu whaka-ekonomika me ngahi whakaukau whapisnis i tongani, o kwherepe a hono ngahi pole, me ngahi whainga maalie. Ka hono whakaivia ki nau tolu, o whakalele pisnisi i tongani. Whakalelei mo tokoni ki he silapa e ako me teknolosia. Whaka-ai ha whaunga taku mamata tu uloa, pia molanga hake ha ngai whaunga viritaki i he whakatamaki. E tokon lahi eni ki hono o mai, ha ka hau lelei ma atongani mono kakai. Ke tau whengawe ak whakataha ki hono langa hake ha atakai, o kune whaka-ai a whakaukau whakapisnisi, mo hangai whakaukau whoou, tene taki e kina, e tau langa whakalakalaka ki mua. Ko tui, ko e tau loto aki ai ngai whatongiani, mo e tau whaitaha, tene lava o liliwa e ngahi pole, me ngai whakawhiatungia, ki a ngai whainga maarie, ke ne langa haka hau lelei ma atonga. Ke kei hoko pe atonga ko ho tau laukau anga.
Ladies and gentlemen, sharing on the topic of economic development and entrepreneurship, this is Miss Ha'apai Masani, passing to our judging panel now for questions.
Malo, Miss Ha'apai, te lawa o whakamatala mai hanga e mea o ne whakawhiatungia i ai tukulaki whaka-ekonomika i Ha'apai.
Eo, malo au pita maa whehui. I Ha'apai, koe sektoa tau taha, koe mawanga mo ia Ha'apai, i tahi, koe tautai, i whalehanga koe lālanga mo ko kaanga. Ka ku hake mea whakalakalaka ia he tainimi, ne hanga ia o whaka whiatungia ai, e tau koloa whakatonga pe koe tu whonua. Hange koe ni, taim ko ka anga, tohi koe ngā tū, o sāu whakalakalaka e tainimi, o kui ai e tongo ia kausia ina. Koe lewa ke toi ngawe aki e tongo ia, na tau tuku whakaholo me aki na ngawe aki ai ngā tū ki mua, ku ngawe aki lewa ia he ai koloa ia, o kumai mei muri. a whakawhiatungia ia e kaloa whakatonga. Mau ko ia.
Do we have any further questions from our judges? Then, if not, we'll move along. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Fipelatai Holeva Finau, your current Miss Ha'apai Masani on the topic of economic development and entrepreneurship. Let's prepare now to move to our third last contestant here today, which is contestant number 10. Contestant number 10 today, ladies and gentlemen, is Rachel Angelica Omana Kakapu Gutenbale, Miss AGT and Ma'imoa Catering. And her topic today for contestant number 2 will be mental health. Let's welcome to the podium Miss AGT and Ma'imoa Catering.
Test. Whakatapu ke o tua mafi, tapu ki he taini whakalanglangi, pia moe kau whakamau, kau hufanga at lewa I he lot leleina tau kamata aki. Mental health, pe koe mo ui lelei whaatamai. O mahina me ngai whe kumilahi I mamani, ai fuwhi mao ke tokanga e kina ai mo ui lelei whaatamai. O tau ngona e tupulaki ai whika o e tauna ki tā, ta e mau ngā we, pau polema whakasosiale, mo e whai tōko nā tapu, pe ko toko lahi taha, ko si I whanau tōku tupu. I e tā uni, I e lau a tok tapuloka, whawhuafua ko peset e whanoa o e ngahi keis fo o ko toa pe he mahina, o whelawe I mo e whai tōko nā tapu. Whakatatau ki e lipot whakatau e pot ngā we mo ui, wanoa tāhiwa, wanoa. Nai iai ai tupulahi, I ni I nei whahu ke wā o I whare mahaki I uha toritori. Koe whehu I. Koe haa ai uhinga, o to whangai ho tau kakai I ngahi whengata a koe ni. O iai ai ngahi whektoa o malawa geni wesia e tunga mo ui lelei whakatamai, uluaki, mo ui lelei whakasino, ua, mo ui whakasosiale, tolu atakai. Whakasino o tau tānoa ki he kai mo ui lelei, Mahak tuk whaholo, ta umatua, inu kawa malohi, whai toko na tapu mo I whtapaka. Koe whakasosiale o tau whoki ai ki api. Whewhe anga I nofo ai whamiri. Whewhe nofo ai kolo. O tau whiewhia mo tau ataina ke wahewahe e tau mamahi, whewhenga tā ia. Whewhe e tau whanau. O nau malu mo whiewhia I api. Whewhe alo ki ako. Whewhe lo tu. O mea ki tau tolki a takai mo ui lelei. Au tā nima sanuali wanoa uoua. Hei kaipeto e ngālo ia, he mo ui ai tonga kotoa, ai pā ai mo ngā whi hunga tonga hunga haapai. Manatu ki he vaivahe ai whae, he ne whenga ke whahawhi hono o whewhine tau walu, mo e whoha tau whā mi he pe au. Pehe he whae, Lolo tonga whakapo uri, nāne fua no fuha mo nau lele, pa mo ui tokoni ka I kai peha taha e tu umai. Lolo tonga e nau whenga, nai lea galewa o whewhine. E whae, ko moko sia. Tau ne ua me ai o tek peke matoa me he whakaukawa ai ki tainea, ai aha whakalolo mani. Kana e hoko whoki au, I he wanoa taha waluma wanoa wataha. Lolo toa I whisi, e whenga ako. Na e mahalolo e hok tonga ane, pia mo e tangata eiki. Pana e kei lawa, ki ona putu koe uhia, he na e kei lele ai ako, pana e kei tāpuni e kau a whanua I he COVID-19. Ko haia e toi lawa o ako. Ko haia e toi vie kai. Ko haia e toi lawa o whakaukau lelei. O se ne tau e tolme iai o I kai o kei whenga pe ke mātuaki ai whengata ako ia.
O mau inga lewa ke tau tau hi ho tau atakai, ke mau haata mai mo ui lelei. O tau poupou ke whakahoko ngāwe a Dr. Puloka, wapot ngāwe mo ui. Me whakaamu ke whakotuu hangahi Rehabilitation Centre i Tongani. Pehe ke ngāwe lelei o whakahoko e ngahe pot ngāwe, i kai whakapule a ngā mo e whakaamu e toi lahi ange hangahi polosek whakatau kei, ai tau tupu ke ue sia kovi o e whai tokona tapu. Ko whamalo lahi ke ngāwe oski a velenga ai ngahi siasi, ako anga, ki ona whakawhainga maali e ngahi service counselling me tokoni ke kakai. O ko hāmahi noai ai mahu inga o e umo umataha, pe whengawe aki a vāofi ai ngahi kupu whelawe i, ke whaka ai mo ui lelei ai sino, malu i atakai ke lelei mo fia, e nofo family, society, pehe foki ke mo ui lelei ai atamai. Ko e klotu ia, e tokon mai o tua mafi ke tau langa hatonga, te tau pole ai. Ko hok tonga, ko hok lau ka oanga. Lewa vrau haka o tatawat, mahalo au kita.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. AGT and Marty Moore Catering on her topic of mental health. Passing over now to our judges.
Miss AGT and Marty Moore Catering, ko e haha o ngai whakotu whakakaukau ki a ngai project e lava e pureanga tokoni ati i he tawhaki kone mental health here in Tonga.
Mahalo au pito e mau veo i Mrs. Catalina. Ko e whakaukau ko e ngahi project i ke whotu he pureanga. E ke ngata pe i Tongani i he whanua ki tua as well ko wawau haapai e ua, niua, ongo niua. Ko project i whemau ke whaai Rehabilitation Centre ke whotu i whangi motu taktaha. I kai ke ngata ai o whemau whoki ke whaatua hangai pokalama i he ngai motu taktaha pa pehe whoki i he ako, i he ngā ue, pia mo e siasi. Ke whaai ai to utupu, mo e kakai kotoa pē, ta o lahe ta o sii, ke nau lava o huhua e nau mamahi, mo vahe o nau loto, he mahu inga, he koe mental health is very important. Because just like my sister Talanoa Fifita have said in her presentation, mental health is crucial to foster resilience. So that's why o whia mao ai ke whakalele a ngai porokalama koe ni, koe abe malo.
If we don't have any further questions from our judging panel, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rachel, Angelica, or Manakakapo Gutenberg, Miss AGT and Marty Moore Catering, sharing on the topic of mental health this afternoon. Thank you to Honourable Frederica and to all our guests here this afternoon. We have 2 contestants left to go in our interview part of the Miss Heilala Pageant for 2024. And our next contestant that we want to welcome to the podium, thank you for your patience, is contestant number 11, Selaafu Tiana Vakapuna, Miss Kalapu Kolokakala SLC. And she will be sharing with us this afternoon on the topic of family. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Kalapu Kolokakala SLC to the podium.
Whakatulo atu ki he tahine Frederica Tuita. By definition, a family is a group of 2 or more persons related by birth, marriage, or adoption who live together. Family is a basic unity in our society. It is within our homes, within our family that we learn to love, forgiveness, compassion, sharing, patience, and selflessness. These traits help prepare us to be successful members of society and better human beings. Our Tongan culture is centered on families. When we meet someone for the first time, we ask, "What's your last name?" We can immediately trace names to their parents, then their grandparents, their villages, and islands they come from. We can always find a connection to the family. In our Tongan culture, there's no translation for cousins. Therefore, we refer all our cousins as brothers and sisters. Contrary to the pure definition of family, the Tongan family does not consist of mother, father, brothers, or sisters, or simply those that live together. Our culture is very unique because we are all a part of an extended family that includes everyone. Families support and love each other, and it is in our family that we develop our faith and learn how to say prayer. Families are what binds us together. Upon reflecting on my own life, I've gained a deep appreciation for the core values that are necessary for development of sound of character. But where did I learn these qualities of loyalty, integrity, and dependability? I learned these qualities in my home. I learned the values of hard work from watching my dad work the same job for over 30 years. Despite how tired or sick he is, he gets up every day to work to provide for my family. My mother stayed home to raise me and my siblings. She nurtured each of us and now works a job. How did I gain an appreciation of value of selfless service? I did by so observing my mother and her devotion to our family. As I reflect and learned of the 4 Tongan golden pillars, whakaapa-apa, anga whakatoki lalo or lototo, tauhui waha'a, and mamahi'i ma'a. In the lea Tonga, fofola e whala. This is the most important time for family and kainga to open discuss family issues. A wise man said, youth need fewer critics and more models. Here in Tonga and where I grew up in the States, teen suicidal is at risk now. It is very important for us parents or role models to listen to our youth. I developed the ability to make important decisions by talking with my parents and learning from their counsel of my Tongan culture. My first Sunday here in the kingdom, as I experienced its significance, I learned that years ago, a wise king of Tonga decreed that the Sabbath would be kept holy in Tonga forever. I am a firm believer that family is the foundation of our Tongan culture. At the conclusion of my speech, I express my deep gratitude to my family and all my loved ones, but especially to my Tongan heritage and those who have passed. I'm so humbled to be here in the beautiful islands of Tonga and to be participating in the Heilala competition. I've learned the love and the ofa'atu from everyone. I'm also humbled that I am from the Tu'akoloa, Takamatonga, where my dad was born, and Ha'ateho, where my mom was born. Family and culture is my life and my future. Malo aupito, tu'a ofatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, sharing on the topic of family, Miss Kalapukolokakala, Salt Lake City, SLC, me Amerika Lahi, o te whangamare koe ni ki he kau whakamau.
Ia, malo apito, Miss Kalapukakala, ho lea I he kawenga family, o ku mahino apito e whakawei kou la. Pea koe whengau e aki I ngai tawha akeke. Pea ko ke mea mai aki koe tamai koe ulu family e. Whewhe family koe koe ke hatamai. Harea mea e hoko ke whae o ni tauhipe e ne whanau.
Thank you for the question. I truly believe that if us kids don't have parents, biological parents, I do believe that we always can look up to others who are older than us. We have older cousins, older siblings, just family members that we can really look up to. Anybody who we love, we can share that with them. Thank you.
Any further questions from our judges? If not, then put your hands together for contestant number 11, Sila Afu Tiana Vakapuna, Miss Kalapukolokakala, Salt Lake City, USA, ve makawe ngā koe whāmiri. Affording a moment to our judges, te watu ki whakamalo, whakaosi koe ni ki kau sponsor koe mga business mo kau taha o ku nao tokoni mai, ke whakalele koe e tau whiauhi Miss Heilala tau ni ulua ki pe, ki kau sponsor tō ki mua, koe kau taha whakapuna whakawhanua Fiji Airways, pe whoke panke whakawhanua koe a Tonga, koe elite sponsors, koe panke MBF, koe ofisi whakapastoa ai kakai o Rupapriko se aina ki Tongani, pe whoki office koia ai office talawhekaulahi o Nuusila ki Tongani, pe whoki e Whehoko Arts, Digicel Tonga, Tonga Power Limited, pe mo Comfort Zone Party Rentals. I kai whongaroa kau sponsor Platinum koia taoni, koe panke langa, koe panke whakawhanua koia Tonga, panke BSP, Lion Liquor, Spare Part Zone, pe mai hōtele mai wharekai koia a Little Italy, pe whoki au sponsor Koula, koe vai moana media, kau maa whoki e kau sponsor Siliva, koe Heilala Silver Sponsors, koe wharekai, moi pā koe a pila e ka, Nishi Trading, wharekai Waterfront, pe moi Liku Alofa Resort, tau paspasi I mai kotoa ngai business koe ni, o konau pōpō mai, I he whiauhi koe Miss Heilala au wafe, mā wafā. Whangamaere koe ni, te tau hoko atu lewa ke contestant whamui moi taha. The last contestant for this morning is contestant number 12. Put your hands together for Akosita Whaalangi, Ofa ki Vava'o Gutenvale, Miss Apraxis Tonga. And she'll be sharing on the topic of tourism. Ko Miss Apraxis Tonga, e tene whai ai vahe whekauaki ma kawe inga, taki mamata moi whalau ewe ewa. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Apraxis Tonga.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the tune of it. Puke puke a fufula. Kole ki o hufanga, he tala whakatapu me mua, ka ata ki o lea I he eko ka venga, koe pā toloaki o e taki mamata mo ene whakato longa ai tau whatunga motua. Sustaining our language, people, and culture. This proverb stands as a pivotal theme intertwined with my chosen subject of tourism. It is important that we sustain our culture through tourism in the ever-changing world where diversity is encouraged. A key element arising from our tourism vision is the dedication to preserve and enhance our unique culture and heritage. At the recent FestPac event, local Tongan weaver Sione Maileseni emphasized the challenge of passing down traditional weaving knowledge from elders to the younger generation due to their pursuit of better work opportunities and education abroad. This unfortunate scenario serves as a poignant example. If our elders have no one to impart their cultural wisdom to, we run the risk of losing the ability to create our own culture, arts, and crafts. These artistic traditions are fundamental to our tourism endeavors, as they define what makes Tongan culture distinctive. The youth in Tonga embody the nation's future and in its economic growth through tourism industry. Introducing engaging programs or pop-up workshops for skills seemingly lost amongst Tongan youth, such as lalanga, katoanga, tatongitongi, and fangfangu playing, is crucial to help our young people nurture a profound respect and understanding of our Tongan heritage. Presently, we are actively enhancing the youth's appreciation of our culture heritage through a range of events such as the Heilala Festival, taonunga competitions, whaumau, and other interactive programs. These activities play a pivotal role in fostering a deeper understanding of our cultural roots among the younger generation, imparting fundamental knowledge about tourism. Engaging in these events affords the youth a global platform to showcase their culture. As the Tongan contingency did at the 2020 Dubai World Expo in Abu Dhabi. Additionally, as siblings, we leverage the platform to promote Tongan culture on a global scale while simultaneously enriching our understanding of our heritage and homeland. Upholding our language, people, and culture through the Puke Afufula concept involves each person contributing to the tourism sector. As Tongans, it is our responsibility to come together and work harmoniously to safeguard our Tongan way of life. Although the beaches here in Tonga, Fiji, and Samoa are equally stunning, as Per Majesty Queen Salotes Ma'imoa, Siweli o Pacifica, what sets us apart from our sister islands is our people, you. The remaining monarchy, we are the last remaining monarchy in the entire Ocean Pacific. It is our action that define the experience and ambience for our visitors, making unique impressions, therefore nurturing a sense of pride in our kingdom and fostering a love for our culture, heritage among young people are key goals that require joint promotion of efforts. So brothers and sisters, we hold the cultural knowledge of today, and it is our responsibility to pass it to the next generation, guiding them on how to unlock the opportunities before us. Puke afufula. As I conclude my speech, may the words I have shared inspire you to envision a new perspective on our future. Let's always remember the dedication of our ancestors in creating the opportunities for us to live comfortably today. Together, let's strive to sustain our language, people, and culture for a prosperous Tonga that will thrive indefinitely. Whakaapa atu, koau, Mr. Praxis Tonga, your contestant number 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 12, Mr. Praxis Tonga, on the topic of tourism. We'll give it over now to our judges for their questions.
Ms. Praxis Tonga, I believe tourism helps in the economic growth of our country. Can you explain these things that in the tourism sector that helps in the economic growth?
Definitely. So tourism plays a huge part in economic growth. It allows for job opportunities. It brings over, when we have tourists that come over to New Zealand, not only tourists from foreign countries, but people of our own living in the diaspora. They come and they buy our koloa here in Tonga. Through that, we are able to portray our arts and crafts and allow, it's what sets us apart. And so, through tourism plays a big part in our economic growth here in Tonga. Yes, through our uniqueness in our culture and just expressing that through our arts and crafts. And koyape, malo.
Malo Pito. Any further questions from our judges? If not, ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for contestant number 12. Akosita Fa'alangi Ofaki Vava'u Gutenbale, Miss Apraxis Tonga, sharing this afternoon on the topic of tourism. Malo pito ki te whika tahaua, ai ko Mr. Praxis Tonga, ai ana ne vahe whekau anki pe moi taki mamata, pe moi whalau ewa ki Tongani. Ko e lava ka kato ia ai tale whihu i koe e kau whini mui toka hongo fulu maua, kau whia mao ki taimi ia kau whakamau ma kau atita, ke whaihanga au e ki ono lau mo whakamau opo e ngahi poini. Lolotonga ko ia pe ki mua he kukore ki a kasete nau whahu ke whakahoko ki whakawaha a mapa, o ko whia kore ato pe ki he whakalanglangi a aho. Tahine Federica pe whoki he whahina. Maloho mo mea mai. Ko mo mea mai a honi, o ko alaha pe manongi. Ko kei kore ai ko miti Heilala a Tongani. I he lolotonga koia ai ki vai taimi o whakahoko no whakama opopo o e ngahi poini. E whakotuu a mea angai mo ani pe moi kore, moi whakapaapa mo oni, ke mo si I mea mai ki mua ka lava I misi pe mo kau whini mai hongo fulu maua o ku kau mai ki he porokalama Miss Heilala. Pe hiri ko ia, tau toki te watu ki ono lau ko ia, ai ola o he toko nima I no particular order, ka koe toko nima koe tuki mua I he ahoni. Ai komite Heilala, ke mo kātaki pe o whakatua me ana ko ia tahi nei I mo ani, kai lava whoki te watu I si lolotonga, o na whakamao popo he kau whakamao mo kau atita ai ngahi poini. Malo au pito.
You won't admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know? You only tell me, perhaps. Y así pasan los días, y yo desesperando, y tú constantando, quizás. If you can make your mind up, you never get started. Oh, and I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess and please don't tell me. Perhaps, yeah. Muy buena, señor, señorita, no comprende. ¡Ay! Mucho trabajo. Y así. Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre miras cantante. Quizás. A million times I ask you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer, perhaps. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando de lo que más tú quieras. ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú constantando. Quizás. Perhaps. Hey! A little song to everybody here. You want to sing along? More than welcome. This is one of my old songs. Moni love I feel bale Mahni love mini ke Ikai
aku paia ki hoku loto. Deu atu a hoku sino. Hope that you will take me, go how slow. Oh, famoni, mana tu moe ofa. Tell me, baby, that you will care for me. Oh, famoni, mana tu moe ofa. Hope you love me, baby, like I love you. Mama, he goes I don't want to be free. I don't know how to make you love me. Hey, Coco, babe, I hope you over. Oh, famoni. Mana tu moe ofa. Tell me, baby, that you will care for me. Oh, famoni, mana tu moe ofa. Hope you love me, baby, like I love you. Hope you love me, baby, like I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
Palopito ka te nau whaho pia mo ngahi whasi kuia o e Houani. Koe ne ko mao maaria e ngāwe kuia kau whakamau ma kau ātita i he Houani. Kau whakahoko atu whoki a ki nau tolo kuia toko nima tūki mua i he tariwhiho i kuia o e Ahoni. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go through the list of the 5 top people who, or contestants rather, in our interview part component of the Miss Heilala pageant. It's in no particular order, so I'll be reading them out in a random order, but these are the 5 that have been the standouts for our judges and the auditing committee this afternoon. So in no particular order, the top 5, starting with Miss Fia Dance Academy, Vaimoana Akesa, Louise Latai Holeva Malupo. Congratulations. Also in our top 5 this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Apraxis New Zealand, Mele Maimoa Helotu Kalafi Finau. Our number 3, or our third amongst our top 5, is Miss Tonga Hawaii, Graceland Kelly Nanaimo Fotoaika. Also in our top 5 is Miss AGT and Ma'imore Catering, Rachel Angelica or Manakakapu Gutenvale. And also in our top 5, and the final in our top 5 this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Praxis Tonga Akosita Fa'alangi Ofa Ki Vava'u Gutenbale. Okay, let's put our hands together one more time for our top 5 in our interview category this afternoon. Well done to all of our girls this afternoon. Of course, this is only one of many components this week. We have our sarong, we have our tauolunga, many different categories, but that's our top 5 for the interview component. Without any further ado, though, I would like to invite Alamoni Grace Nafe, who is the Acting General Manager of Tonga Tourism Authority, to kindly make your way to the front to share a few words this afternoon before we close in a final prayer. Malo aupito.
Kole ke uhufanga i ngā hitala whakatapu ko oso no awhaki. Kai ata mo whine motuani ke whakahoko atu ai lea whakamalo, ke whakailongai ko lava lelei ai polo kalamanga aue ki he hoatani. O ko kole atu ko uhi ko ni ihi, o ku mea mai, o ku ikai ke nau, la vei e tau lea whakafonua, te hoko atu i he lea whakapilitania. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the Minister of Tourism, Trade and Economic Development, Honourable Dr. Vilamilatu, the CEO for Tourism, the Chairperson for Tonga Tourism Authority, the President of Tonga Tourism Association, and all working members of the Heilala Committee, it is my pleasure to convey our heartfelt gratitude for your presence here today. I wish to acknowledge the presence of our guest of honour, Honourable Frederica Tuita, and your guest, Honourable Fahina. Thank you for making time in your busy schedule to attend this important event that contributes to the decision of who our next Miss Heilala will be. To the kind sponsors of the Heilala Festival, the working partners, and all friends of tourism, we are deeply grateful for your support and generosity that allows for these Heilala festivities to happen smoothly. Thank you also to the current reigning Miss Heilala, Sitita Hamilton Vainuku, for being here today. I know that your presence means a lot to these cohort of contestants, and they feel encouraged as well as a sense of relief for your presence today. A special thank you also goes out to our judges for your time, your effort, and your thoughtful evaluations. Your expertise and insights are invaluable in ensuring that we pick the best person to be our next Miss Heilala. This year marks the 45th year of the Heilala festivities, and I, as a child growing up in Tonga, have been watching it for most of my life. Personally, this pre-pageant interview is one of my favorite categories. My work experience is in human resources, and one of the key roles under HR is recruitment, which basically means finding the best person for the job. I've always thought that this event, this pre-pageant interview, is similar to a job interview, and the job in question is to be our Miss Heilala. To be the next Miss Heilala is to be a well-rounded Tongan woman, rooted in our Tongan culture and our Tongan values, o ta whakawē koula, tauhiwā, lototo, whakaapa-apa, mo mamahi mea. Having beauty, intelligence, eloquence, etiquette, strength of character, and confidence in your identity as a Tongan woman are all requirements to be the next Miss Heilala. Most important of all, the job of Miss Heilala is to serve and represent Tonga on the regional and international stage. In saying that, I wish to acknowledge the tremendous effort of each and every one of you here today who are vying for the crown and for the job of Miss Heilala. It's definitely not an easy job, and it's not a job that just anybody can do. Thank you so much for your courage and your willingness to rise to the occasion. Each and every one of you are very beautiful, incredible, brave, and talented young women. This week will fly in a blink of an eye, so remember to enjoy this experience as well. The Heilala Pageant is an event that garners a lot of attention. Feeling supported throughout the event is so important. To the families, to the friends, and the supporters of the contestants, thank you for being rocks of support to these young women during this time. Last and certainly not the least, I wish to thank and acknowledge all the staff and team from the Ministry of Tourism and the Tonga Tourism Authority who are working diligently behind the scenes to make sure that everything goes well. Since the Heilala started, it's been a busy time for us all, yet you continue to work cheerfully and happily, and that is the true spirit of tourism. Today is the start of the official judging events for the Heilala Pageant competition, and there will be more judging events later this week. I humbly ask that we always continue to share words of kindness and words of encouragement to uplift the spirits of the contestants so that they have an enjoyable and memorable time. The spirit of Heilala is whiawhia, ke tau mao hakatoanga whiawhia. Thank you all for your attention and your presence today. I wish you all a wonderful day. E velewa malanga kai tatau atu. Tua whatu.
Malo pito alamoni. Whangamari koe ni, ko koli atu ke Sister Bernadette ke si kātaki pē o lava mai ki mua ke whakahoko e tau loto tuku. Ia ko koli pē ke Sister ke si lava mai ki mua ke whakahoko e tau loto tuku e ahoni. Thank you very much.
Ke tau loto, i wafa e tamai, mo e alo, mo laumali e maoni oni, ameni. Kololia ke tamai, mo e alo, mo laumali e maoni oni, i o tawange, kono kololia e mo a, mo kololia e ahoni, mo e ahkota pata ngata, ameni. Tamai o toa ku mau, tupea langlangi mo e whawhita i ke awhiona, ko mawa o mai e ni ki he whaau singa e polokalama o e aho koe ni. Pa koe maulea pe ia koe whawhitai pe mo e whakamalo. He na mau kau pe mo e awhiona i he kamatau e polokalama. Pa koe mawa o mai e ni ki he whakao singa. Mau ke mau pe e lau mali e. Ho kau mai mo ki mau tolu tamai. Koe amanake en ke mau mātoku. Mau kole pe ke tak whanonga i he whatahine whawhalanglangi. Pea moki nau tolu kotoa pēna e whakaunga tā maki. E ngau e mamawha e aho koe ni. Pe he ke timi si kau whine moi. O nau loto lahi whiunga. Ke nau kau e he Miss Heilala e tau koe ni. Ki mau tolu hono katoa tamai mau kole ke tumaha mau tāpuaki. Kai aha mau tutuku i he hoa tā koe ni. Ke mau tutuku pe mo e awhiona. Koe toenga e polokalama i he wike koe ni tamai o ku mau kei. Ko lea pe ki he awhiona ke tak whanonga i te mau tolu ma ngahi te uteo kotoa pe o whahoko. Whaau lele ki mau tolu ke mau ngahi whakautoa anga. Pe mau whataha whiwhia mo e toenga e whamili. Mau kole pe ho tāpuaki ke te mau tolu hono katoa. O hufanga pe ho alo ko Jesu Kristo ka koho mau whakamoui. Ameni. I ewa whai tamai, moi alo, mo laumali e maoni oni. Amen.
Thank you, Sister. Ko kole atu ki mātanga ke mo lava hake ki olunga. Kai whangamari e tau whakaafe whakalanglangi. Honourable Frederica mo Honourable Fahina ke si mea tupe ki hena mea lele whenonga aki.
Ono whai ke koe ia ngadora kau whiau ke koe ia ke Miss Heilala o ke ni taku anga te koe nei mo mea mai kai. Koe tuki mua e toko nima o e kai ke taha wator whanima ka koe tuki mua. Koe Fia Dance Academy, Brexit New Zealand, Tonga Hawaii, HET, and more catering, pero more Brexit Tonga. Pero ni mai, ko whape, abobongi, ieni. Koe pe auhi serongo ia abobongi. Le mau tata watu mehe koro Heilala, mehe wakuna. Ai whiawhi te mau ko mawhora me kātanga koe a waini pepe hoki. Ki e whanotu Century ki e peitaki mo e whakakato o e konferensi hono te au. Whawhonga te kau whewhatungia me e BroadCom Broadcasting, pita tā fua. Me sake whamo ki oa. Pata whewho tare utu fua. Wau sasa waka. Mo mea.
Tahine, bea ongo mai ho Hange hamani kawaki Kiokuloto Hey girl Go ofa wi hosino Hangy Am I Ofa anga